Looks like I'm muted. And so that was Hype Monsters. GAB Sports presents Hype Monsters, and we got that's our latest video. I have CTE, and looks like we might have outdone ourselves on this one. Yeah, we're not talking about them highlights. We're talking about that track, man, slapping. And so we are ready to get it started here for our knockout brunch. We have a very special guest joining us today. Our guy Hartman from Hartman Fantasy Football. He has a channel as well. We'll go ahead and put his channel in the link, the description is to his channel, and we will also be bringing him on the stage shortly. But first off, we are gentle and blissful, gifted and beautiful, generous and benevolent, most appreciative. We are grateful and blessed. Guidelines to achieve and build. GAB Sports, and we have a very tough battle to decide here today. It's one of the tightest battles, and we are going to let our guy Hartman go ahead and decide this matchup here. And we also are going to be coming at you with a couple of drafts. We know that's what you all came here for. We know you came here for the drafts, and we'll get to that as well. But first off, let me go ahead and bring our guy to the stage. Our guy Hartman from Hartman Fantasy Football. Hey, welcome to the stage, my brother. Hey, how you been doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, young Mullah?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Yeah, so I've been a fan of yours for a minute, and we already did a collab over on your channel, and that went off very well. I like the kind of synergy we brought in the teams we were able to build together because you had a little bit different perspective on things than me, and so sometimes when we create two different angles, that creates a monster, man. How you think about that?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's always nice to kind of it's fine if you do agree on a lot of stuff, but it's nice when you kind of disagree on some spots, kind of talking through that, getting like different perspectives and opinions, and kind of make you think about it differently, right? It's
For
always good
sure,
to
man.
get that different perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do appreciate that. We get respectful differences. I mean, people have differences, but it doesn't have to be all major disagreements. I mean, sometimes it's like splitting hairs, right? On a lot of these
Right.
decisions, and that's when the decision today is going to be one of those tough decisions. So I'm gonna put the decision in your hands as we got a battle of two wide receivers who are pretty much at the same ADP, and they're right next to each other. Wide receiver 20, wide receiver 21, and we're gonna have to make a decision because you know how it goes on here. As good as both of these players are on Knockout Brunch, somebody got to get knocked the fuck out. That's how it goes down today, man. It's only going to be one winner in this battle. So you ready for it, man?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off today's battle so we can get into these drafts as well. All right, so let's see how we want to set up this. Let's go like this. And so ding, 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 ding. Coming into and from the red corner, we have a very talented guy, one of the top draft picks in his draft class, and he's coming out of the Big Apple. Yeah, the city where you want to take a bite out of the apple, but you don't want to get sick. And so if you're riding with this team this year, they might turn your stomach a little bit, but that's just the way it goes. But I'm a big fan of this guy, and I think he will come in as a worthy contender here. And so that would be Garrett Wilson coming in for your New York Jets in his fifth year. He's looking at an ADP of 40.1, coming in as the wide receiver 21. And some of the things we want to look at with Garrett Wilson is that they got a new system over there with Frank Reich, and new quarterback too. So there's a lot of changes, but this guy's been used to a lot of changes, I would say. So I don't think that this is something that will hinder him as far as adjusting to new things, because that's been his whole career so far. He's had to adjust to new coaches, new systems, new quarterbacks, and so this one could be looking a little up, I think, as far as what he has surrounding him this year. And he's always the clear number one target dude on his team. We can expect close to maybe 30% target share. I wouldn't be surprised at that. High 20s for sure though. And Gino is one of those quarterbacks who kind of locks into guys. He'll lock onto his first read sometimes, and so we could expect quite a bit of targets here out of a guy like Garrett Wilson teaming up with a guy like Gino. And other than last year, we looked at his game log. this guy never missed a game until last year, right? He was always available. So I think he's a durable guy. Just probably got a little bit of misfortune last year, but I expect him to be available. And sometimes your best ability is your availability, right? And then I think some of the downsides we can look at is that it's getting a little crowded over there. The Jets are putting together quite a little good arsenal there of talent. And they spent a couple first rounders on a couple of guys this year, right? And then they got an emerging third year guy in AD Mitchell who could, make a little noise there. Then they got a good running game, guys who can catch balls out of the backfield as well. So it's getting a little crowded over there in New York for Garrett Wilson, but he could be one of those alpha dudes that just, stands out above the crowd. So that's just something that could get in the way. Is Frank Wright up to the task? Right, we know this guy's been kind of up and down the last few years, kind of not really exciting people with his game calling and his schemes. So has he adjusted? Because sometimes these coaches go into the lab for a little bit and then they come out with some new wrinkles and stuff, and everybody seems to be excited over there in New York about the offense. The team seems pretty much liking this kind of system that he's implementing. So can Frank Wright adjust to the NFL today and bring something new to the table? That's one question. And can the Jets quarterbacks be trusted, right? Because Geno, he didn't look too great last year, I must admit. But, it was with the Raiders. They didn't have a good line. And so I think he has a pretty good offensive line here in place and a lot more weapons at his disposal. So I think he could deliver, but you just never know. A guy could backslide too. And then the young dudes behind him, we're not going to have much trust in those guys, I wouldn't think, if they come in here. And so that's another thing. Is the quarterback's situation is not ideal over there. And then the last thing we want to look at is the projection, right? So we got, we're coming out around 1,200 yards, for Garrett Wilson this year on about 90 catches, right? With about 8 touchdowns. And so that's how we're going to break that down. And so what do you think of Garrett Wilson's projections and his outlook here for this year, Hartman?
I think the projection is pretty reasonable. I think I'm a little bit more concerned about the target volume, I guess, this year with those new first round weapons. I still think Garrett Wilson will be the absolutely dominant, like number one target on the team, like no doubt. But like last year, we actually saw him in that small sample get up to like 30% target share, and in the games he played, and then like the years before, he's still in that like 20 to 25% range. But I think the projection's reasonable, like even in that 25% range or so. It's maybe just like a little bit of an efficiency bump for him to get to 1,200 on 90 catches, because I think he's finished a little bit lower than that with like similar reception numbers. So maybe it gets a little more open though, and he can get that little efficiency boost from like Omar Cooper, Kenyon Sadiq taking away some coverage rather than just, whatever bums they were putting around him most years. So it can kind of work both ways with that talent around him. So I think it's pretty fair. I think the yardage might be a little bit higher than his career efficiency, but I can definitely see him going up a little bit in that sense. So I think it seems like a fair range.
Yeah, I think the reason I kind of gave him a little bump on his normal numbers is because from what I'm hearing, they're really pushing the ball down the field. And I think they wanted to do that with Rodgers that year that Rodgers was there, but somehow they never really connected. And I think this is the type of quarterback, a Geno, who could let it rip if he's feeling comfortable in the pocket. He can let it rip. So I think he'll get a little bit better A dots as far as a little deeper, and so that's why I think it could be probably one of his best years ever as far as like yardage. But yeah, you make good points too that he really hasn't reached that level of efficiency. But I think this could be a year based on this new system and the fit with Geno, or potentially he could do that. Yeah, but great points here. So let's go ahead and introduce our other contender in this battle. And so coming out of the blue corner, we have a young stallion, right? He's a guy who was drafted also at the top of this draft. What was the fifth, sixth pick? I don't know. I can't remember exactly. Somewhere in that range. But he's in the top of his draft class, seventh pick, eighth pick, somewhere in there.
He was 8.
And so we got a guy coming out of the South, right? And they are wearing that Carolina blue, right? And they're coming out of the NFC South Division. And it is our guy, second year. He said, "Don't call me Ted." He said, "Call me Tetaroa." So we're going to call him Tetaroa McMillan. We're not going to call him Ted. I don't want to get chewed out by his mom. So we're going to go ahead and give him the respect that he deserves. It's Tetaroa McMillan for your Carolina Panthers. Second year receiver, coming in at an ADP at 39.4. And that brings him in as wide receiver 20 over here on Underdog. And one of the things that we like about this guy here, he's a top pedigree guy, obviously, and a true alpha. He stands out amongst this receiving corps. There's just nobody as talented as him. And he has a new utilization, is what they are saying, right? Because he was pretty much locked into the Z receiver. He was pretty much locked into the X receiver last year. And so they're looking to get him on the move a little bit more, probably put him in the slot a little bit, put him in motion, put him in different parts of the formation. And that would be a big boost to this guy's outlook if they do follow through on that. And we expect to see an uptick in passing volume because, they were one of the lowest passing volume teams in the league. So it's almost nowhere to go but up, right? They got to go up at least a small portion, right? Because they came in around 477, 480 pass attempts. That's ridiculously low. And so I think based on this comfortability in this Canales system, I expect them to, maybe throw it a little bit more than that. They're not going to reach 600 attempts. We all know that, but you got to be higher than fucking 477. So I think they'll be higher than that. And this is a Bryce Young contract year, right? So, he might be wanting to put up a little bit more numbers this year. That might give him the incentive to throw a little bit more, right? And so I think this is looking like a pretty good situation heading into the season for our guys over in Carolina. But some of the downside we want to look at, the quarterback has been inconsistent. And is this a good fit, a guy like Tetaroa? Because Tetaroa and Bryce Young may not be on the same page as far as where their strengths are, right? Tetaroa wins a lot on the outside. And Bryce Young is not great at throwing to the outside, right? So that kind of hindered the upside, I think, last year, where this guy really wasn't able to hit his number one target as much as he should have been last year, being that he's on the outside. But this new role may give them another avenue to be able to get Bryce Young in sync with his number one target. And this is to spread the wealth system, right, under Canales, because this guy didn't really earn a huge amount of targets last year overall. And I think it could be one of those systems where they want to get the ball in different guys' hands. They want to get it out quick. And so that could be a hindrance as well. They might spread the wealth a little bit too much here. And relatively tough schedule, right? It's not overly tough, but they do play the AFC North and the NFC North. Those aren't any just sieve of defenses, right? Some of these defenses are pretty good that those divisions employ. And that's the playoff schedule. What they got: Cincinnati, and they got they got Seattle last game, and Pittsburgh. They're at Pittsburgh. So it's a quote unquote tough schedule. Sometimes we can't be too concerned about that, but that is just something that we might want to be aware of. And so the projection we have for our guy Tetaroa McMillan, coming off his stellar rookie season, we got a little bit of an uptick. We got him at 79 receptions, 1,180 yards, and a robust 9 touchdowns. So what do you think about the outlook for Carolina's Tetaroa McMillan, Hartman?
I'm pretty into Tet. I think that seems like a pretty fair projection for him to kind of take a little bit of a leap in his second year. Yeah, I think we saw last year he was the dominant alpha just right out the gate. I think, with a player that high pedigree, that high draft capital, I think we definitely could see him take a leap. He was already like pretty good at yak. He was averaging like 4 yards of yak per reception. So I think, that just kind of gives him like a little boost there, like per catch, maybe if Bryce Young isn't really pushing it down the field quite as much because he's a little more limited. But I do also think too, like his target share was still pretty good. He had about a 25% target share last year. So I think he's just like so dominant over those other guys. Like I like Coker too, but I think it's just the lack of competition will always keep him in that like mid 20 range. I think he does have that potential to even push higher into the 20s or to 30 if he really can just like separate himself even more from the rest of that room. Or it could just be kind of him and Coker dominating, especially with like Brazel gone, if they're going to have Leggett on the field a lot, I think Leggett's going to be running a lot of cardio and just kind of getting other people open. I think that's going to be more his role. So I think like Coker and Tet could see their target shares even rise a little bit from last year. I think the projection's pretty fair. Last year I think he was around 1,050 yards, 70 catches. So I think that seems like a totally fair bump, and that seems like a reasonable jump up for him. And,
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped for Tet because I think there's even more potential there. With just like I said, second year guy and just how high pedigree he was. I think there could be even more there, even a bigger leap to his game.
All right. All right. Let's take a little moment to check in with the chat, and then we'll go ahead and get to our decision that we're going to make here. And we also want to know what you think out there. There should be a poll out there. If you can share it and chime in on that poll, or chime in the chat with who you believe is today's winner of this knockout battle. All right. So we got our guy, Enrique Gonzalez. How you doing, my guy? Hey, and a half people are 12 team. Who would you take for 112 and 2-1? All right, we coming with questions already. Man, we just started the show. I'll go ahead and get to you a little later, my guy. But welcome to the chat, and we'll go ahead and address that a little bit later once we get a little bit of time. All right, appreciate you. Go ahead and fill out that poll as you come on into the building. Smash the like button if you would. Appreciate it. How you doing? Hey, what's up? Best ball on call. All right, we are doing well. How are you, my guy? Appreciate you. Smash that like button as you come on the building. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate you all for joining us here on Knockout Brunch, which we are rocking with your guy Hartman from Hartman Fantasy Football. And so we have a tough battle, man. I don't envy you in this decision, man. It's almost like a no-lose decision, but it's pretty tight, man. So what's the kind of things going through your head, man? What are you thinking about this one? Is it close to you?
Oh, I think it's very close. I like both players. I can see the upside in both. I think to me it's just the Jets have a lot of changes and there's potentially a lot of competition coming into town. And I think for that reason, I have to lean a little bit towards Tet because I think, Garrett, we've kind of seen who he is. We know he can be dominant, but most of the time he's been dominant, it's been against kind of nobodies, in like receiving talent. And kind of even when Devontae Adams got there, we did see him take a little bit of a backseat. Obviously, none of these guys are Devontae Adams, but like, I just worry the competition could take that target share down just a little bit. I don't feel super confident in Geno coming off last year. I would kind of want to believe, but not super confident in him. Not like I'm super confident in Bryce either, but I kind of already know what he looks like in that system, know what Tet looks like. I think if anything, Tet should just improve. There's nothing really changed too much. Where Garrett, I feel like I have more question marks around the offense and the other talent, I think I got to go with Tet. I think Garrett's getting knocked the fuck out.
All right, there you have it. Ding, 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 ding. We got the winner per Hartman. It is Tetero McMillan coming in as today's winner in the knockout brunch battle. So what do you say out there? Go ahead and chime in the poll. Also in chat, leave a comment if you like on this battle of today's knockout brunch where we had Tetero McMillan knocking the hood out Garrett Wilson. All right, so it's going to be one winner. I mean, I like both of these guys, and I'm probably pretty split on my ownership. I believe I can't know for sure, but it's pretty close. But you can't disagree one way or another. It's a tight battle, but we're gonna go with Tetero McMillan as your choice. And so if we in this spot today, man, we got to back it up, man. We're gonna have to roll with Tetero.
All right, I'm down. I'm down. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just checked my exposure. I have just a little bit more Tet, but I'm right around field on Garrett as well. So
Okay.
it definitely was a tough call. Like I'm not like super heavy one over the other, but I'm fine with standing on Tet for Yeah, I'm fine with standing with Tet.
I'm cool with it too. I like Tetero, and I think.
Oh yeah, Tetero.
I think the Jets are one of those teams that people ain't really rocking with, right? And I'm rolling with the Jets pretty heavy, so I got to have my shares of Garrett Wilson as well. So it's just one of those things where it's not a wrong answer. Both of them should hopefully light it up. But it's going to be one of those debates that if one guy fails, it's going to be one of those decisions that you could have gotten wrong or right, depending upon what side you land on. Like if one guy just really exceeds those expectations and does even way better than what we're projecting, if they do even more than that, and the other guy does a little less, that could be the difference between, winning and losing sometimes. So we'll see how it goes out, but I like the prospects of both of these guys. So what we want to do now, we are going to jump into a puppy. We're going to do a couple puppy drafts here today, and let's go ahead and head on over to Underdog and see what's going on in these Underdog streets. All right. So
I think they're such a good comparison too, because they're really similar like styles of players too. Where like it's not like one's like a deep threat and one's like they're both just like high target earning, like like can kind of win all over, but not like super deep threat guys. Like they're pretty similar, like just stylistically players, and just like bad offenses that like people don't really love. It is a really good comparison, but like really good receivers, it is a good comparison.
Yeah, I kind of had to look at all that because I was like, I don't want one of them to have a big quarterback edge, and then that'd be easy decision, right? So it's like two quarterbacks people ain't really in love with, two teams that aren't really the most high-powered teams looked at. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty fair comparison. And plus, I didn't want to bring any of your Lions to the table because I'm pretty sure you would have picked the Lion.
Yeah,
You would have picked the Lion.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
You could have got me on JMO. I'm not a big JMO guy.
What?
But
You're not a JMO supporter this year? What is it, the ADP? Or what?
Yeah. I can't really take him over like Devontae personally. I like Devontae more.
Oh,
I think
okay.
some people are really out on Devontae for the age cliff, which is fair, but I just think his role in that offense is too good, like the touchdown role, the red zone role.
Yeah, I know he was just so reliant upon the touchdowns, and that to me kind of scares me a little bit of Devontae. Is that repeatable? But his metrics all look pretty good, so I think it's a pretty
But
fair comparison of those two. I like both of them. I think I'm a little higher on JMO than I am Devontae, but I can see your point of why you're not liking JMO so much.
I will say the one thing with repeatable with Devontae, he's seventh all time in receiving touchdowns. He was even putting up 14 on the Raiders. Like he just does that. He's just the red zone winner. He always has been. Because I think that's just where he wins. But I don't. They are close. I don't hate JMO over him. I just a little bit more into Devontae.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and respond to this. I see Mula has the Rambus Light rankings with Genty at 6. All right, first off, let's get this straight. The Mula Express sets the market. We don't follow nobody over here. All right, so Rambus, shout out to Rambus, but nah, I had Genty since redraft. So the Moolah Express, we set the market. We don't follow the market. So yeah, he got Rambus, probably got him about the same height or the same rank, but it's all good. And stop sneaking a peek at my rankings, best ball call, man. What you trying to expose me? Hey, yeah, I'm just joking with you. It's all good, man. So yeah, our guy best ball on call, he'll probably be in one of these drafts. T-Fall SP Dogs, is that you? T-Falls SP Dogs? I think that's maybe.
Wait, who? Oh, best ball on call.
I don't know.
Oh no, he's Tika in Underdog.
Oh, okay. Because I think best ball Q may be the T-Fall one. It's a similar name to him, but
I think it's
Tika,
like breaking best ball or something, or breaking board.
oh
I don't know.
yes. I know it's best ball in the name somewhere for T-Fall SP Dog, but Tika Teeka. Oh, how you spell it?
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, it's always tough when the Underdog name doesn't match the YouTube name. It gets confusing.
It's a little confusing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into a puppy draft. We're gonna do this in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are entering the slow of the puppy 3 right now. All right, waiting on 3. If you want to get in, here's your shot. Here's your shot. You might try to snipe me, but it ain't gonna work. It ain't
So
gonna
you,
work. We're unsnipeable. Oh, we got the
yeah.
number 2 spot.
I mean, getting sniped is just a chance to diversify, really.
Exactly. And I don't have a problem. So let's see who we got up in here. Uh Ladies first. I've been drafting with them for a minute here. I don't know if they're in the chat. Go ahead and raise your hand. Ladies first, if you're in the chat. You didn't recognize any of these names?
Is McNick's in there? I can't
How
see
you
some of them.
Yeah, McNix. McNix is in
Yeah.
here.
He's
Yep.
in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
McNix is in. Outreach.
I think he's
Long
the
long shot hero. Yeah, I don't know too many of these people. But if you're in the
yeah,
chat,
I mean
welcome aboard. Appreciate you coming on in, supporting us. And we are rocking on a knockout brunch with our guy, Hartman from Hartman Fantasy Football. You going on live later today?
probably I'll probably try to go live this afternoon for a little bit.
We're going Bijan?
Yeah, I mean, at 2, it's just whichever running back they give you.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
I don't try to get too fancy there. Just go ahead and make the sound pick, right? Make the
Yeah,
sound
exactly.
play. Oh,
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
go.
and like,
what's up, man? I hopped in there. Hartman knows I'm dead money, so this is good for everyone. Hey, man, he's trying to set us up.
he's always doing that, trying to make himself not seem like a threat. Then you look at it at the end, and it's like, oh, he cooked me. What the hell? You know, he's just trying to sneak through.
For that, man. We're not falling for that. We gonna make sure we take heed to everybody in here, right? We're not overlooking anybody. Oh, you made the overflow best ball on call. All right, well, maybe you can get joined in the next one because we're gonna do another. You got time for 2, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the board is looking like.
So
we got.
Are you feeling different? Like, any guys you're changing opinion or wanting to get more of, less of, like with all the training camp, all that kind of kicking off last week or so?
There's some late guys I definitely am gonna incorporate into my late picks. You know, so it's just one of those things where some of this news you just gotta react to, right? You gotta say, okay, this dude's tearing it up. You gotta give him some credit, and then the late picks are so volatile anyway that, you know, if you latch on to one of these dudes who's having a pretty good camp and then they end up, you know, lighting it up for you, that could, you know, help you out in a lot of ways. Because some of these dudes I really wasn't high on, like a Cyrus Allen. I never heard of this dude before. So all of a sudden he's making some noise. You got to buy into it, right? It's too late of a selection not to try to take some chances on guys like that and some other dudes out here are making some. I don't want to give away too much because we might have to pull the trigger on some of these guys. So, but yeah, it's mostly the late guys that I'm really interested in. But the guys in the middle, I mean, there's a few guys I kind of like who, but I don't really like chasing dudes too far up the board. What about you?
Yeah, I haven't gone too crazy with that. I think the biggest ones to me, kind of in the mid range, are like JCM over like Rashad. I was kind of more into Rashad, and I feel like now I want to kind of catch up on some of that JCM just with all the hype. The Laramie Tunsil injuries make me a little less confident in trying to get their running backs though. So I'm not really regretting being low on him, but I do want a little bit more. I was pretty low on JCM. And then Burden too. Burden's a guy I was really low on, and I know he got injured recently and we're kind of scared, but the reports have been really good on him.
Yeah, did any more news come out on him or no?
I don't think
we're on
yet.
the clock here. We're on the clock here. Who you like here?
I'd be fine with Nico or Neighbors.
Nico or Neighbors. I think we got a shot at getting Nico in the next round. Let's go.
All right, that's
Neighbors,
fine.
because everybody's taking Neighbors on the corner. Let's see if this guy passes on Nico or not.
I've been the last like week or so. I've been like when I'm in this spot, I keep trying to push Neighbors, and they always take them. I'm like, damn,
they always take them. That's what I was like. That's what I tried to do one time. I said, "Oh man, this is a non-badger over here. Let me just take somebody else instead of Neighbors." And then they took Neighbors. Yeah, it's going like that. Like everybody's taking Neighbors right there on that turn.
Yeah.
What you think about the Cowboys this year?
I mean, I think they feel all right. Yeah, we're up.
Who you got?
I'd probably be Devonta Smith, but Love would also be okay, but I'd probably lean Smith.
All right, let's go Devonta. See, some
Yeah.
people get a little nervous. He hasn't practiced, but you're not worried about that, right?
No, not I mean, not really. I think, they said it's pretty minor. They said he's more like day to day. I don't think it's anything to really worry about. It's not like he's been super injury prone in his career either.
I think
So
if it was a rookie, you get a little more concerned because they got to come up to speed, get some chemistry. But this guy's been playing with Hurts for like 6, 7 years, 5, 6 years, right? So, yeah, I'm not too worried about a guy like this missing some camp. They need to save his body anyway. So,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, don't let him take any hits in camp. He can't afford those.
right. Just got married too. He's probably still just, in his honeymoon phase. Let him enjoy for a while because once the season starts, they're gonna need to lean on this guy. So he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about the Cowboys though? What were you saying about the Cowboys? How you feel about them this year?
Oh, I think the Cowboys, I feel I feel okay with the Cowboys where they go. I'm a little bit lower on CD Lamb, honestly. I'm more into Pickens just because
Oh,
I
okay.
think I think Lamb's a fine pick, but I do think Pickens just hurts his overall like touchdown upside a good amount. I think just Pickens was so dominant in the red zone last year that I don't know, it
He's
just
looking
hurts
good
Lamb's
right now
upside a
too.
little bit. Yeah, yeah. And I'm just a little bit more into Pickens at cost. I think Lamb's a fine pick, but I prefer like the James Cook Genties over Lamb a lot of the time. So I'm just a little bit lower on him. I even picked Jefferson over him. I know some people just hate Kyler too much, but I'm not too much of a Kyler hater, so I'm willing to pick Jefferson over Lamb as well. See, Lamb's kind of like at 12 for me. So I end up a little bit lower on him. It's not, not a crazy drop in ranks, but it's enough to be underweight.
Yeah, I agree. I think overall, I think that Cowboys offense is probably gonna put up so much numbers that you'll get enough good games out of a guy like Lamb, but just an overall upside to guys who probably have a little bit more of a piece of their own pie is probably not as good as some of those guys. And so, but I'm in on the Cowboys. I take both Lamb and Pickens. I'm not like super weighted to them, but decent enough shares where I don't want to
And,
be left out because this is one of them teams that can score like 40 on you any minute, right? They can get 40, 44
yeah.
points any
How
game.
about Javante? Are you in on him?
Yeah, I got a little bit of Javante. I'm not loving the cost because last year you just got kind of spoiled because I was all over him last year, that little cheap cost. And now you're thinking, damn, I had to pay now a third round. But I still think he can deliver even on that third round cost. So I got to have enough of Javante too because I still think he has a pretty good stranglehold on that job. Okay, we're on the clock here in fourth round. We got a 0-1-2 build. Who you like here?
I mean, I kind of like the Terry click still. Are you a little lower on him now with the Dig signing, or you still feel
Oh no,
pretty good?
I'm still good. Yeah, I'm still good with Scary Terry.
I'd
Yeah, I
be
think
Terry because I like a couple of those running backs, so I don't really mind which one we get back, to
which
be
one we
honest.
get. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, McLaurin. I think the Dig signing got a lot of people spooked, but this guy is still locked in as the number one target in my eyes. He's never been a guy that gets like 150 targets anyway. So he's
Yeah.
this guy that's pretty efficient, and Daniels is efficient. So I look at if he gets 125, 130 targets, that's enough really for him to do what he needs to do. All right, so which you want one of these backs? You said
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd be Monty or Tootin probably. Swift
okay.
is good too. Uh,
Uh, let's go Demo on this one.
okay.
Let's
Yeah,
go Demo.
I tend to lean him over the other guys. I just think his role feels a little bit more secure. Like he feels
Yeah,
more like the lead back than those other guys, kind of guaranteed. Or Quinshon's
yeah,
also the lead guy, but he just plays on a horrible team.
yeah. I love me some Tootin though. I'll never really pass on Tootin, but I'm just the first to find a portfolio here, and we'll go with Demo. But yeah,
I,
Tootin is there. I think he's gonna smash this year, man. I don't have no doubts about that.
oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Tootin, I got like 13, 14%. I mean, I'm a Tootin guy as well. The recent camp stuff, it's a small amount concerning. They're talking up C Rod a little bit, so I don't know. I
Yeah,
guess Woody was getting some talk to. Everyone gets talked during camp,
yeah,
but
coaches gloss up the whole roster, right? Especially like a guys like a McDaniel, Liam Cohen seems to do that too. But you're just gonna hear everybody, right? They're just gonna hype up every single player on the team, and you just gotta decipher between what's noise, what isn't noise. Where
yeah,
did Burden go? I'm interested to see where Luther Burden went here. Did he drop?
44.
Didn't really drop.
No, I
Yeah, so
I don't think he's been dropping it. I haven't seen him really drop at all with the injury stuff. I think people are just like with no info, they're just assuming it's
just
minor
assuming
for
it's
now.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
which might be a good thing to do. Don't think of the worst until you get the worst, right? Because if I ever see him drop, I'm all over him. I'm taking him in the
Yeah.
early fifth for sure if he drops that far.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the thing. It's like it wouldn't take much of a fall to be like, okay, well, I'll take the price, take the risk,
Right,
It wouldn't
right.
take too much. It
What's
looks
been
like
your
he has a
strategy? Oh, go ahead.
oh, I would up real quick. It looks like he has a groin strain, and they're saying
Oh,
maybe
that's
two
what it
to
is.
3 weeks.
Oh, that's nothing. Sit out of
Yeah,
camp.
so
Sit out camp. I don't worry about sitting out camp. Just be ready for the regular season. Oh, it looks like
yeah.
Dak got pulled up right here. We just talked him into the Cowboys.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
he went and jumped high.
Yeah, wow, some of
What?
these receiver picks are Parker,
Wait, 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 wait,
Harrison,
wait, wait, wait,
Warren
wait,
in the
wait, wait.
fifth.
Dak and Burrow both went over Lamar. What is happening here on the knockout brunch? Is there something in the
It-
water here on Sunday?
it's a
I
puppy. The
just
people
assumed Lamar was already gone when I saw these other quarterbacks. Okay, well, let's see what happens. So, what's
does the
been your
Burrow guy at
strategy?
least have Higgins? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
he
been
does.
your strategy at the quarterback spot so far? What's been the thing you've done the most with the quarterback
Well,
spot?
I mean, obviously, like in this spot, I would definitely pick Jaden Daniels if he makes it to us, no doubt. With Terry, I'm always pairing them if I can. Basically, I'm pretty in on these sixth round elite quarterbacks. I don't always pick them, but I'm pretty in on them. I like Herbert, so I kind of do like getting one from this early range if it feels like it fits, or especially if I have a stack. Um, and then other than that, I don't know. I'm mostly a 3 QB drafter, especially if I don't get an elite. Okay, yeah, slam dunk.
Yeah, we got that battery right there. The number one stack for our guy Jaden Daniels. I'll jump on that all day, like you said. Yeah, we got to take that one like all day if he's
How
there like that.
how about you? Are you picking much of the elite QBs, like or this like kind of sixth round range?
I am. I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm taking Lamar. Yeah, I'm all over the elite quarterbacks.
Oh,
Fair share, right? I'm not like super like, oh, you're on the clock. Who you like
uh,
here?
I kind of like either DK or Ramondre.
Let's go DK.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think
I,
I'm starting to like DK a little bit more because they're starting trying to say that he's supposed to move around the formation too, and
mhm.
so I think the McCarthy system is going to be a lot better for this offense, right? Obviously, than they have been in the past. So this ain't going to be your same old Steelers trying to grind out these 16-13 victories, right? So I think they might have to score some points this year. So
Yeah,
yeah, I like
and
DK, man.
I think we're gonna see a lot more 11 personnel out of them, a lot more like just pass heavy game plan.
Yeah,
Like I'm sure they'll still be more mixed. They're not gonna be like the Chiefs, like super high pass rate, but I think we'll see a lot more than last year where they ranked like bottom five in the league. They're bottom
right.
five in the league in play rate too. I don't think they're gonna be super fast with Rodgers at the helm, but even if they're like top 20, it's like that's such a significant just volume increase for everyone in the offense over last year and they're already priced so cheap. I mean, we just took the very first Steeler that goes off the board in the seventh
Right.
round.
Isn't that
You know,
something? They are super cheap, right? And
yeah,
I think all their pieces are in play. You just gotta from game to game, they might not be super consistent, each one of these guys, but I think overall they should put up some pretty decent numbers, any one of their top 4 or 5 guys, right? So, and then
yeah,
Rogers, as long as he's upright, because I don't know about those backups, man. If those backups have to come in, I'm not too thrilled about those dudes that they got behind Rogers. So
yeah. The who was it? Will Howard. Is that who they
Will
have?
Howard and what's that dude that's been there forever?
Oh,
Mason
Dylan
Rudolphs of the world. Them
Mason
kind of
Rudolph.
guys.
They have the Penn State guy too, Drew Aller,
Drew
right?
Aller. They said he
Yeah.
was looking pretty good. I did hear something that he's looking pretty decently, but it's a rookie though in this kind of spot. Nah, I wouldn't have too much confidence in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. See, I mean, but I don't know, just having Rodgers there, it feels like you because the thing with Rodgers, it's like maybe the volume isn't all that high and stuff anymore, but his touchdown rate is still one of the best in the NFL, even last year. He still
Right.
had an elite touchdown rate. And it's like, he likes to pass in the red zone. He likes to throw to those guys. He wants the touchdown. So it's like getting his biggest red zone weapon with DK. I think his price just feels great.
Yeah. And he's got another big guy, big target over the middle with Pittman. So yeah, the Steelers could be a very underrated offense this year as far as the cheap price that they're coming in at. Yeah, I got to load up a little bit more on some Steelers. I mean, I got the wide receivers pretty good amounts, but I don't have enough Rodgers right now. Pretty low on
Mm.
Rodgers. I usually just take one of the receivers without Rodgers, but I need to add a little bit
Are,
more Rodgers now.
are you tend to be more of a two quarterback drafter, right?
Uh, I'm
Or
probably
do you just
50
mix it
50.
up?
I'm probably
Oh,
50-50. Maybe
see, I'm
slightly a little bit more than more of two quarterbacks, but yeah, I think I'm pretty much 50-50, I would guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been mostly a three quarterback drafter. I've been kind of, shout out. They're actually in the chat, the Fan Speak Network.
Oh,
They
okay.
brainwashed me. They got to me. I'm mostly a three quarterback drafter these days. So
Got you.
I have quite a bit of Rodgers for that reason. But I feel like if you're
Yeah.
more split, it kind of naturally go away from
All
him.
right. So let's see. We're on the clock here. 1, 2, 4.
I
And
mean,
we
this might be the best Jonathan Brooks price you can get for the rest of the
uh-oh.
summer.
Wow, he's right at the top of the queue too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
let's
he's
go
only
ahead and
going
do it.
up.
Let's go ahead and do it.
How are you
Jonathan
feeling? How are you
Brooks.
feeling about the Brooks Chuba deal? Are you really into one or the other or neither or
Well,
how are
I've
you
been
feeling?
Brooks, team Brooks the whole summer, but I think as the prices get closer and then Brooks even exceed surpasses him on ADP, I think it's time to flip and go to Chuba, right? Because we don't know. But we
Yeah.
do know one thing. Carolina always has a valuable running back. I mean, each year
Yeah.
somebody in Carolina will do something. So I think I'm gonna start getting a little more Chuba. Are we on the clock here?
Man, I kind of like that Blake Corum price.
Oh, I love Blake Corum, man. Yeah, you didn't have to sell me on that one twice. Once
Yeah.
you get Blake Corum, I've been taking him in the 80s. Yeah, I've been getting Blake
Yeah,
Corum in the 80s. So it's like 98. Snap.
this lobby, yeah, they kind of push some of the running backs. Like we got Brooks and Corum there. I feel like lately you haven't been able to get either of those guys in that spot.
Yeah, let's see what's
Like
going on here. Because I don't know how this happened, but let's see how it happened. Okay.
Dart,
Pollard
Mahomes.
fell.
Man, this lobby loves
Downs got
quarterback.
pushed up. Yeah, they do, huh? Mahomes, Dart got
Stafford.
pushed up. Yeah. Yeah, they are pushing
Yeah.
some dudes up. Laporta got pushed up.
Nice that we got Jaden, I guess, then with the lobby.
With the
Like,
way quarterbacks went, huh? Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
Trevor Lawrence, early seventh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
73. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. It's a little wild in here. I mean, hey, love to see it.
Yeah,
Push
it's
us
a
a little
good
bit of the
room. It's a
value.
good room. And this is one of them rooms that'll be so wild, you don't know who's going to advance, right? Because sometimes when people are so off the wall and the room gets kind of just scattered and free flowing like this, anybody can advance now because they're gonna have different combinations. People gonna have unstacked quarterbacks. And I'll take my chances in this room, but it's just one of them volatile, unpredictable situations that, you know, can go anybody's way.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I mean it's getting a little wild, but yeah, you never know if they hit the right stacks. Maybe pulling up
Yeah,
Dak to 63 was the right move
might be the
if the
thing to
Cowboys
do, right?
smash.
He got the
Yeah,
whole Cowboy. You got Javante, you got CD, you got Dak. Probably gonna get Ferguson, probably. So
yeah.
yeah.
If Dak
Do you
throws
do
40
any
touchdowns, that might be the that might be the move.
Do you do any full team stacks like a quarterback plus like four? Have you ever done anything like that?
+4.
Yeah, like the
I
running
I mean,
back plus receivers.
I'm sure I have. It'd probably be like Titans, especially when like Pollard was cheaper. Because I like them pre-draft, so maybe I would have done like, or no, I guess you didn't know Tate was a Titan. So
Yeah.
you'll see, I might have done them with some of the like garbage guys at the end, and then like Wandale and Pollard and stuff. But like, and
Yeah,
Gunnar
quarterback
Helm, because
plus
I did a
four is
lot of
probably
Wandale, Pollard, Helm.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah. QB plus 4 is probably a little too much, but like quarterback plus 3, maybe the quarterback, running back, 2 receiving options, something like that. You got anything like
Well,
that?
yeah, yeah. Or I've definitely done like from the one spot, I've definitely done Gibbs, JMO, Colston Loveland, and then Laporta Goff. So it's like I get
Oh,
the
okay.
bring back and then I get a big lion stack. But that one I
Yeah.
feel like it's probably a little bit too much capital into one stack because they're all like relatively expensive. So it's probably
Oh, okay.
not ideal, but I feel I don't know. I like buying into that game and obviously the Lions offense I like buying into, so I feel okay with it.
All right, we
Uh
up here in the 10th round.
do we have any
We
quarterbacks that make sense for us? Do we have any stacks with our receivers?
I don't think so. No,
No.
not yet.
Okay. I mean Jacoby would be fine or Kyler if we want unstacked.
Okay, let's go Jacoby.
Yeah,
We got a little correlation with that game, right? A little bring back
yeah.
the Washington Jacksonville.
Oh yeah. We got the week 17. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. I don't know. I think Jacoby's just a pretty good price in general. He's not like he's gonna. I don't know. He's not gonna like blow up or something, but I think he's just a good value. He was their highest route participation receiver last year. They actually
Yeah,
paid him like 95% routes, so he just feels
he'd be
like a
one of those
good.
guys that makes your lineups when you need it, right? When you just need that 15, 16 points, and he's there, right?
Yeah,
you know. All right, who you
I
like here?
I kind of like Kincaid.
Kincaid,
Yeah, I
first
don't.
tight end. That's fine.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so. Or Andrews, I see below him. Either one would be fine. But
Oh, we
yeah,
got Kincaid.
I've been coming around a lot on Kincaid. I didn't have a ton of him early, but just hearing that he's more healthy, might get on the field just a little bit more. Like he's never going to be a great blocker, be on the field a ton, but he was super efficient per route and dealing
Yeah,
with that PCL injury last year. If he ends up just a little bit healthier, I think or if he, he's healthier coming in, if he gets a little bit more route participation, I think he
right.
could really just smash that price. Or just on a
Yeah,
given week kind of smash it.
I agree. I think his whole thing has been not enough snaps, right? Due to and all this time, I guess before they announced this, I didn't know he had this injury that they were managing. Did you know that he was managing this injury all these years? Like for like a
There
few
was a
years,
big so he got it 2 years ago, and then it's
right?
kind of like what Ricky Pearsall had. It's a PCL injury. So it's like it
Yeah,
came back up last year during the summer and they were managing it. There was actually a big quote that was like kind of a meme for a little bit. It was Dalton Kincaid has a lava lamp in his knee. That was like because it was like something about the imaging. They were like,
yeah.
oh, there's all these like floating things in his knee. It looks
Floating
like a lava
particles in
lamp.
there. Oh wow.
Yeah. That was last
Yeah,
summer though. That was last year. That was one of the reports that like I don't know, it just kind of became a quote people would bring up when you're like
yeah.
fading him. Like he has a lava lamp in his knee. I can't pick him.
Right,
It
because I
was
know a lot of these guys they don't they choose not to have the surgery on this PCL because they say that
hmm,
if you have the PCL surgery, you're usually not going to be the same. It doesn't kind of heal and give you the same kind of mobility as like a new ACL does. A new ACL, you can still come back, regain that same flexibility and strength. But they say the PCL, you usually aren't the same. So that's why people kind of delay that surgery and they really don't want to do it until they have to. So it's probably a good thing that he did never have it, you know. And our guy Brock Bowers from my team, he didn't have it either. So I'm glad he didn't have it. But Pearsall, well, no, it's not looking good that he had to finally go under the knife, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. And then you see Brock Bowers too. Like he hasn't had any load management at all. Every single day, he's just mossing whatever defender they put on him. Like,
Yeah,
he no negative reports. He's just totally healthy, totally great, right? And I think
right.
like I saw some lists with other examples. Like it does really seem like it's just like person to person when they don't get the surgery, like whether they make a full recovery or not. Like some
Right. It
guys
probably
just
depends on severity of it, right? Because I'm sure there's different grades,
Mhm.
grade of the injury. And so, yeah, Kincaid hopefully can bounce back pretty strong here this year. And I think I need to probably increase my portfolio on him. I usually only take him in Josh stacks. So this is probably the first time I would even have a share of him without a Josh Allen. So that's a little different
Oh,
already.
oh wow. Yeah, I was low around him early, but just as he's been healthy, I'm getting more and more like, if the reports are good, I get more and more like comfortable with picking him, I feel like.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, we're coming up here shortly. We're going to go ahead and check in with the chat after we make these last couple of picks. Uh, Let me go ahead and see what
yeah,
we
so
got here.
what do we want one of these quarterbacks or not? Because we don't have anything stacked up until
No, huh?
Rodgers,
We're probably
obviously.
going to have to backstack somebody. Let's see.
Yeah. We could take Bryce with Brooks. That's kind of a weaker one, but
I
I
don't
don't
mind
I don't
going
love it.
Cam Ward or Stroud.
I'd probably be Ward, but either one is fine.
Well, the guy got three quarterbacks, so I don't think he's going to take one. Let's go ahead and get another pick before we take Stroud. You want
Okay.
Hunter?
I like Travis Hunter or Chig. Either one's fine. I guess maybe we drop Chig a little with the signing. Yeah, Travis
Let's
Hunter
see if they
feels
got it
good.
for us. Yeah, let's do Travis. We got two of those pieces for Jacksonville in our run back with our Washington. Yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna take quarterback. So he's got
No.
three. He takes a fourth. Good luck to you, buddy.
Yeah. When even if he does, we can just take the other court.
Yeah, we
We
just
got
take
we
the
got
other.
options. We're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Cam Moore, do you usually like what do you backstack him with? Just like Helm and like
Helm,
Ajay?
Ayamanor, DK, Ridley
Okay,
ever
so
so often, but not much. And I'll tell you a guy who I'm starting to like is Singleton. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
backstack him with a running back too. So yeah, let's go Cam Ward here. Yeah, I like all those options, in varying degrees, right? Um,
Yeah.
Probably Ridley the least, and the other dudes I'll just mix in,
Yeah.
accordingly.
I haven't mixed in much IO Manor, but I've mixed in some DK. And then Gunner
Yeah,
Helm I like a decent amount.
I started hearing a little bit more about how Iron Man is looking, and he's a big target, big young guy too. He's really young as far as his age, I think. So I think
Yeah.
he's one of those guys that's probably 1 year you just might be like, man, this guy just came into his own, right? Because he was so young, and that could be year two, right? He might take a big leap, being in the building for 2 years, working the off seasons with Cam Ward. So I take some chances on him, and then it seems like nobody's really drafting him, so I'll take a few shots on him.
Yeah, that definitely makes him even a little bit more appealing if you're getting a little different from the field. Well,
Yeah,
I guess something to me like maybe something that I feel like I need to look into a little more. I'd be interested in your opinion. Which of those young guys do you think is most like duplicative with Ridley? Because I kind of have the feeling Ridley starts out early, but maybe if he
uh-huh.
falls off and gets replaced, like do we feel like that's more like DK, Io Manor? Like who do we feel like that is that
I
third
think
receiver?
DK is looking like one of those guys who can be a deep threat. He can get to the parts of the field that most of these guys can't, and he's almost like a Rashid Shaheed light, right? Because he's also their returner, right?
Third return, right?
And so he probably won't mix in a ton, even if a guy like Ridley is shipped out. He'll probably still be the guy that plays some snaps, maybe some specialty plays, send them deep a few times, put them in motion. Maybe to have a good play for lineup for him. But I don't think he ever really takes over a huge role unless there's like a lot of consolidation, right?
That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. He's kind of more like a specialized, like not a gadget guy, but just he has like specific roles type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Let me
And
check in with the chat real quick. See what's going on. Catch up a little bit. Oh, we got Meg. Hey, how you doing, Meg? Fan Speak Network. Appreciate you
so Meg,
dropping on by. Go ahead and smash that like as you come in the building. I appreciate you. And if you aren't already subscribed to Fanspeak, go ahead and subscribe to Fanspeak. And if you aren't subscribed to our guy Hartman, Make sure you subscribe to our guy Hartman Fantasy Football as well. All right, so we coming in 2 picks away here in the 14th. We got a 2-4-6-1 build. What you looking at here?
I kind of like Dalton Schultz. I like Trey Harris. Uh,
Dalton Schultz, Trey Harris.
do you have anything you're liking? Charbonneau's fine. Charbonnet's fine.
Let's go Schultz. I think we need one more tight end to get a
Yeah.
little Houston.
I love
Yeah,
Schultz. That's one of my highest on tight ends too. I just think, as many receptions as target floor, like I think he just goes a little bit too cheap for his role in
yeah,
that
he's
offense.
reliable too. He's one of those guys that's always there for in the lineup when some of these other dudes have been missing time. Schultz is always there, getting his 7, 6, 7 targets sometimes. Right?
So
Yeah,
is
Harris is pretty
Rogers still
good.
available?
I know, huh? We had our yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take him here, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if
Yeah,
you
we ain't
wanted
getting back to
Bryce
it.
with Brooks, but I think we probably just take Rogers.
Yeah, I'd rather go Rodgers because I think we got a little bit of that Tennessee matchup too. A lot of people don't like to do two quarterbacks in the same game, but I'm fine with it, especially if it's not your primary like stack.
Yeah.
Because one of these dudes could have an edge in that game and gives us another out in week 17 from one of these guys going. Then we got Jaden in the big game, right? It's Jacksonville,
Yeah.
so I'm okay
Yeah,
with
I
that.
think I think it does get like overblown a little bit as far as like it makes sense. You don't want guys in the same game because if that game goes bad, it's like then you're probably not winning much in the last week, right? But I think when I don't know, just yeah, like as late of capital as those guys are, and we have an elite quarterback up top that should be the one hitting if we're probably going to be winning money with this anyways. It doesn't
Right.
feel too bad to get them out of the same game because I think Ward and Rogers are almost more so advance rate pieces rather than like the big guy we're hoping hits in those playoff weeks. I think we're hoping Jaden kind of is carrying the flag. That's probably what gets us there even more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I like this build. Yeah, we got a strong build, highly correlated, and we just got to land this plane with these last 3 picks. Let's see, we got a 3-4-6-2, so quarterback is out, is shut off, and we got 4 backs. Maybe we can look at that spot as well as the receiver, and we can't rule out a tight end. So everything's open other than quarterback. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think ideally if it falls, or I'd probably be one of each position. Like, and
right.
then yeah, but I guess it just depends what tight ends make it back to us. But because like
Yeah,
we probably want a third, I guess, with Kincaid up top because Kincaid's problem is he's a little bit inconsistent. I think him and Schultz
yeah,
actually layer together really nice though, where we kind of have
yeah,
Schultz as like the floor guy and then Kincaid is like the spikes with maybe a
ceiling
little bit
guy.
less floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think a third guy does suit this build well. And we're up in
Oh,
four
hopefully
picks.
stacked.
Yeah, I'm sure we got a couple options that we can stack them with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we're looking pretty good there then. Oh, there
Yeah,
goes your guy Cyrus.
I know, Cyrus. Yeah, have you been jumping
So
on him a little bit? Prior
I
move or
haven't
helm?
been.
We
I
both
would.
got the same buy too. Tennessee or want to go Tennessee guy?
Yeah, probably Tennessee since we don't have any pieces. Let's get
Okay.
their stack. I
All right. I'm
I
okay
kind
with
of
that.
flip flop between those guys as is, to be honest. So I'm
Yeah.
not super strong one or the other, but first Tennessee piece, I think that makes a little bit more sense, maybe since we already had DK.
Yeah, we already got Roger DK, and then now we can add a little bit of stack for our guy Cam Ward. All right,
So
let's see what the running back position is looking like right here. You got any
running
favorites that you
backs.
take here late? I know I like
Um,
Singleton. I like
I mean,
Singleton Black.
I think Singleton's fine. We just make more of that team bet on Tennessee. I think
Yeah,
that's
some
fine.
correlation in that game too, more correlation. Yeah, I think Singleton is one of these dudes that he can really turn it on like late because he's still coming off that. I think he broke his leg or something like that
Yeah,
early.
the foot.
Yeah, early February or something. I think it's the Senior Bowl practices or something. but
Yeah.
he's had time to heal, and he's probably not really up to speed yet. But this dude is pretty, pretty talented, man. He got speed, size. I think he's a lot more physically gifted than all those dudes there. And I think
Yeah.
Spears is already hurt. This dude stays hurt. So I
Yeah.
think
He doesn't
Singleton
even
is
have
one
an
of those
ACL.
dudes. Yeah, that's what like
Yeah.
in both knees, or is it just one knee? Is it both
I think it's
legs? He don't
both
have ACL.
knees.
Yeah, he don't
Yeah.
have ACL. So this guy's probably running, bone on bone, right? And so he's one of those dudes that can easily not be available. And so Singleton is one of these guys I'm looking at to maybe come on down the stretch of a season, here.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of
Yeah.
loading up on him.
I don't have a ton of Singleton. I wasn't a big believer in him as a prospect, I guess, but like I think it's a fair bet. I mean, I think Pollard's older, Tyjae Spears I don't think much of as a rusher. So I think it's
Yeah.
a pretty fair bet. Um oh yeah, I guess late. Are you taking any of that Jacoby Lane guy? Are you in on that hype? I know he's probably gone, but
Uh,
are you buying in on him or not really?
let me see.
He probably went. Yeah.
He already went. Yeah, I'm all over it. If he hadn't gone yet, I
Okay,
wasn't
yeah.
gonna say nothing. Yeah,
Oh,
he's.
got you.
I'm liking some Jacoby Lay for sure. Yeah, I think this is real because I think what they weren't gonna use him for is like red zone and just throwing it up to 50-50 balls. He looked like he's smashing those kind of spots. And so I think with a guy like Lamar, who they're gonna move the ball up and down the field, I think Lane fits this team. Like if he was on another team, like say Carolina, Atlanta,
Yeah.
somebody like that, who don't really have that kind of quarterback who can throw them kind of balls and stuff like that, or they're not gonna get up and down the field as much, I probably wouldn't be as excited. But I think this is like a perfect match with a Lamar with this kind of a skill set, right? Lamar's just gonna like trust this dude, throw it up there, he gonna go get it, and they can throw him the deep balls, the red zone balls. Oh yeah, I'm buying Jacoby Lane for sure, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I was buying a little more Surratt early. I was just more in on him, and then but now I've switched over to more Lane. I just think
yeah,
it's like Bateman. Bateman's an okay pick too, but he feels like weak competition. Like if a guy really is talented, they can surpass Bateman. Like
right,
he's not some immovable object that's going to keep someone off the field if they're talented. So
exactly. Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that he's been there all these years and hasn't really done a lot. He had the one pretty high variance touchdown rate season, but other than that, he's been kind of a disappointment. I'm sure they looking to probably move on from this dude. All right, this is our last click. Anybody you have
I
your
like
eye on here?
the Fields, or like if we want to do like DK.
I think I'm
I
starting to
Torrey
like
Horton would
Fields
also
a
be.
little bit. Let's
Yeah,
rock with Fields.
he's a guy I've been catching up on, like kind of thing. Like I picked a little early and then I kind of got off him, but now with the new
Me
reports, I'm
too.
like, okay, let me get some more
I
exposure.
think I was kind of the same, to where I was on him early and then I kind of got off him. But I think this guy is another guy, kind of like Lane, that can have a good red zone role as a rookie, because he's not gonna run a ton of like routes. His route tree ain't gonna be all that great. But he could have those, like, if he gets 6, 7 touchdowns throughout the year, I won't be shocked. If he's in the red zone a lot, and they looking at this guy because he's a pretty physical dude and one of those matchup nightmare dudes. And because they're
He
gonna have to account for neighbors, and this guy's gonna probably have the weaker cornerback on him.
When he's kind of the same thing, the competition around him, it's like Darnell Mooney, Darius Slayton, how much have these guys done the last couple of years? And
Yeah,
and yeah, and he kind of gives them something different too with that bigger body, more physical guy where those guys are smaller, not very physical in general, right? So I think yeah,
yeah.
it makes sense. He could definitely have a nice role.
Let's catch up with the chat and then go ahead and do a quick review of a couple people in here. Our guy Micknix is in here, right? Take a boatload of Quinshawn. The Browns are even just so soft, and he's a great pick. You like Quinshawn?
I think Quinshon's a fine pick. I like him a ton as a player. I'm just a little lower because the team feels bad. But I do like
Drew
Quinshon.
Drew Allen's about to go nuclear. Yeah, in preseason he will. He'll go nuclear in
Yeah.
preseason. Get
Hell
all your
yeah. He's about
preseason
to go
bags in.
off. Drew Aller and Carson Beck.
Yeah,
preseason
Kirk's back.
heroes.
Yeah, they're gonna be the preseason winners, man. They might win a couple contests. Do they have preseason contests over on Underdog?
I don't think so. I think just pick'ems.
Just pick them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got T Law, Parker, Myers, Tootin, Strain. Oh, you got the full team stack, huh?
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's one you can get. Yeah.
Praying BTJ isn't wide receiver one.
Yeah, I mean,
Look
it's
at that.
gonna be one of those things. Oh, we got a fantasy football garage. What's up, Candyman? All
What's up,
right. If you
Candyman?
aren't subscribed to our guy Candyman, go ahead and subscribe to our guy Candyman out here in these best ball streets, giving you all the content. Appreciate y'all. Smash a like on your way in if you would, please. And so let's go ahead and review a couple of teams here. I'll give you the honors of reviewing. Let's see, who's our first person up? Is McNick's.
Yeah, McNick's, I think was
Okay, let's go ahead and review McNick's team here.
All right. So you went 3-5-7-3. Got May, Shuck, Bryce Young. I think that's a solid quarterback room. Totally good there. Yeah, I mean, getting elite, get two guys after him, starting all year, not getting bench. Great value on Bryce Young, too. That feels good. Then he goes Travis Achan, DeAndre Swift.
Oh, okay. Travis Etienne. I was like, what am I doing? Over here sleeping
Oh,
with.
yeah. All right. Travis Achan, DeAndre Swift, Ramondre, Harvey, Braylon Allen. That's a pretty nice running back room, actually. I like that. Fourth by Harvey. So you spent a good
Yeah.
amount of capital there, and yeah, good running back room.
And they got the
You know,
they got two 5 week tens, but then they added a fifth to kind of offset that. So I could see that. Yeah. Nice
yeah,
room.
that's solid. Chase, Drake London, Zay. So I got the game stack there. Xavier Worthy, Romeo Dubs, Omar Cooper, Pat Bryant. I think it's pretty good. It's going to be really relying on those top three because you did take a long break, but I think
Yeah.
Dobbs as a fifth feels good. Worthy as a fourth feels fine. I think as long as your top three guys stay healthy, that should be a solid receiver room. All three of those guys are super dominant target earners, got the game stack, Cincinnati, Baltimore also. I think the receiver room feels pretty good overall, with top three, like really holding it down.
Yeah. So
Um,
did they get any New Orleans love? Oh, the tight end spot there. Okay.
you get Juwan Hawk Otten. That's a fine tight end room, maybe a little on the weaker side, but it's serviceable.
It's
It's okay.
serviceable. Yeah, serviceable. It's like one of those you can't have everything sometimes, and so you got if you're gonna sacrifice something, tight end is okay to sacrifice, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
I totally agree.
strong team though. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that team by McNick's. Okay, let's see who else is in here. We know. Anybody else say they in here?
I don't think so.
All right, so let's
Not that
just
I
go.
noticed.
Yeah, let's go to our team. Go ahead and review our team. We got a
All right. We also go 3-5-7-3, true innovators. Jaden Daniels, Cam Ward, Aaron Rodgers. I think with the elite up top, that feels good. We kind of waited on 2 and 3, and I think it makes sense to still go 3 because we didn't overspend on the second one, especially. So that feels fine. And then at running back, we got Bijan, David Montgomery, Jonathan Brooks, Blake Corum, Nick Singleton. Love the value we got on Brooks and Corum. I think that makes it feel really nice. Then wait a while for our fifth. We got 2 week 11s. I don't think it's too big of a deal though. And I think,
yeah,
yeah, we just got good values on Brooks and Corum, solid guys up top, solid starters with Bijan and Montgomery. I think that feels like a pretty strong running back room.
yeah. And our guy Singleton might be coming on by week 11 to give some
Yeah.
relief during that week 11 bye. So that's a good
Maybe,
late pick.
yeah, maybe Monty in his old age is kind of wearing down, and then Singleton's kind of the hammer we need down the stretch.
Yep,
Monty
yep,
gets us
yep.
there, Singleton pushed us through.
Yeah, I like this room though. Yeah, I like that room a lot. All right, here's our
Uh,
receivers.
we got Neighbors, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Jacoby, Travis Hunter, Malachi Fields. I think that feels good. We got the Washington Jacksonville, kind of a big stack there, which I think is a game I definitely want to target this year. And I think the receiver room just feels really solid, especially if Neighbors is healthy, like it looks like if he's playing week one at even 70% or whatever, like I think we have a really solid receiver room here. I think buying piece
Right.
in that Jags offense late, that gives us some big spike potential with Jacoby and Travis Hunter. Just buying into a good offense, and then our top four strong top targets on their team. So
Yeah,
I think it
and
feels
even
good.
if Neighbors gets off to a slow start, maybe that pushes them to put Fields in a little more at the beginning, and he can get an accelerated rookie learning curve, and start getting busy
Definitely.
early. I think that's a good combo to have. Are those two guys there? Yep.
Yeah.
All right, and then our
Yeah.
tight ends.
Kincaid, Schultz, Helm. I think that's totally fine too. I think we get a little bit more of that upside case with Kincaid, but we feel pretty safe overall having Schultz and Helm as like 2 and 3, just kind of clear
Right.
ones on their team, and yeah, I think it feels pretty solid overall. I don't really
Yeah.
feel like any room is particularly weak on this team. I think they all feel pretty solid, pretty well balanced.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of those teams that it ain't gonna just overwhelm you by the looks of it, but it just met all the criteria of what you need. You got a lot of good high floor, and then you got a lot of upside picks, and then you got a lot of like primary guys on the team. Those are the kind of
Mhm.
teams that do well in these kind of contests, right? Because whenever I look at like the winning team in like contests, you're never just overwhelmed, right? You're never like, damn, that team just looks so spectacular.
Yeah.
It just never just does that to you. It's just a well put together team that made a lot of sense, correlated with some upside. That's all you got to really do in this game, man. And so that's why we play this for the joy of the game, because we know most of the time you ain't gonna win, but you just got to put some uh strong teams out there, and you got a shot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing. Like you can look at your teams and be like, this one has 150 CLV points and all that, and then it's like,
Right.
oh, well, the guy got value on actually didn't work out this year. So it turns out that all the value didn't help. Damn,
Exactly.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Because you can go through all the analyzation sensation that you want, drooling all over your teams, and those teams never win, right?
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah. All
very
right. So
very rare you see that team win.
our guy McNix, thanks for the review as always, guys. When I push tight end, I'm usually just looking for floor and hoping to bink a TD. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of it for the tight end spot. If you didn't go elite, you might as well go with the cheap guys.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, that feels right.
Like what you guys did too. Really needs Jaden to stay healthy, but you could definitely crush. Yeah, I think that definitely is one of those things that can come in, that our team can come in first or second here, and that's all we're really looking to do, right? Is because you got to get to the playoffs, man, to really make any money. So we got a good quarterback room, a solid receiver room, and a really good RB room. The tight ends are going to kind of have to do their thing too. Hopefully they stay
Mhm.
healthy, and we'll be fine, right? All right, so
Yeah,
we're going to go ahead and jump into another one. If you guys are out here ready for us, if you didn't get a chance to check out that poll, go ahead and check out that poll of which wide receiver that you are rocking with this year, because we had our knockout brunch battle, and our guy Hartman chose his favorite of the two, which was Tetaroa McMillan. And so maybe we can get in a position to get him on our team here in this next draft. We'll see. And as we go ahead and jump into another puppy 3. All right. We'll go ahead and
all right.
slide on a little background music here. Let's go ahead and make sure we ain't too loud. About that volume should work. Okay, so you are rocking with YUUNGMOOLAHH and our guy Hartman from Hartman Fantasy Football here on Knockout Brunch. And so we're going to jump into another draft, right? We got the
Yeah.
puppy 3. And so we are going to jump into a puppy 3. So get ready in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are in the puppy 3. Waiting on 7. We got plenty of room. It's
Oh,
filling fast.
so I jump up.
I
There's
know
gonna be some people in this one. The,
it's filling
the last
fast.
one, the last one we kind of snuck in. It was only waiting on like 2 or something, So it was
Yeah.
only Mick to get in. This one might be a few more.
Yeah, they went to the overflow. So everybody's trying to hunt that plus CV. I got you. I feel you.
This isn't.
Oh,
I
we have
don't,
a
I don't know
fourth
if they're in
spot.
the right lobby.
Tika made it.
All right, there we go.
Best ball on call, right?
Yeah, best ball on call.
Minkus made it again. Chris, I see them a lot out here in these streets. I know you're probably lurking.
Oh.
Taking
most
dollars.
drafts on the site.
Taking dollars is usually up in there. And who else? Yeah, what they got the 100K plus, huh?
Yeah, well they've posted on Twitter. They have 300K drafts.
Oh my lord, 300.
Yeah, they have the most, I think.
Because they always in the dailies. Yeah, I see them crushing the dailies a lot too. So that's where you can get all that volume. But it don't matter when they come in here because now I'm a shark hunter. Yeah, different species has entered the building. We are an orca. We hunt sharks. So I don't care who you are in there. You coming to get it.
That is the weirdest thing with the experience too. It's like a dude might have a puka, right?
You going puka?
Yeah. But we have a dude might have a badge that's like more than you, but it's like they might all be basketball. They might not even know what. I mean, like I know that guy drafts a bunch of football, but like with the badges, you don't even know if they're a big football draft or not. You don't even know if they know what they're doing in these.
And best ball is relatively new, right? So I got as much experience as anybody in best ball. So I've been around for all the best ball. So since it started. So to me, the experience here is less important if you're just not really experienced in this format, right? Because you got a lot of people coming from the redraft, dynasty. This is a different animal, best ball. It's not the same as any of those. You got to have a different approach. You got to be locked in a little longer to all the news cycles, to all the different draft. You know, you got to wait for the draft. Everything kind of is a more fluid process than all these other contests out there that are different kind of styles, you know. So just because you got experience in dailies and all that don't mean nothing. But you come over here, you better have experience in best ball. That's what matters.
And especially with like all the different formats and everything they drop, like there's such a strategy shift, and I think you see that all the time. Like the biggest one I honestly see is super flex, where I feel like I have a major edge because I just feel like people do not adjust properly to the difference in lineups. Like the only needing 2 receivers instead of 3 is such a massive shift, and I don't think people like realize it. Like you see it a little in the ADPs, but I don't think it's represented enough, like in that format. Or in Superflex, every single year when it drops, the late quarterbacks go too late. Every single year without fail, no matter what. Rodgers was going around pick 100 when it opened. He went around pick 55 when it closed. In the field general.
So you can jump on that right away, huh? Jump on those kind of softness.
Cam Ward even, he went around 80. He finished in like around 50 or like in the late 40s. Like, but for the first like 2-3 days, you can get those guys like 30 picks later.
Like it's super cheap.
Yeah.
I don't even mess around with Superflex. It's just a format I haven't gotten around to. But you make a good point that you do have to adjust to all the different styles of contests, all the different sizes of contests, all that. Oh, here we're on the clock here. It's second round. We got Puka. Puka.
I mean, I would maybe be like London's fine or Nico or Neighbors, but I'd maybe be Nico because the different bye week.
Yeah, let's go Nico.
Yeah. I mean, like, I agree. London's cool too. I do feel a little bit less inclined to take him when I have Puka with the double week 11.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it, but like you said, you're just less inclined to do it. You know, you want to mix it because you don't know who you might like later that also might have a week 11. So if you start loading up too many of the buys early, it limits your options later. You know, because you don't want to be overloaded on a buy. So it's good because really they're the same tier, same projection kind of a guy. So might as well just mix up the buy. You know. Yeah. All right. So who we got here? Third round.
Do we want Jeremiah Love?
Hey, I don't mind taking Jeremiah Love. Yep, we can do that.
I'd be fine with Devonta as well, but I think Love to get the first running back is probably the move.
Yeah, let's mix this one up a little bit. We got Devonta on the last one, but you know, he's a good bet anytime. But yeah, let's get a little bit of Love. And I don't know, man. I keep hearing this similar narrative that this is going to be such a this poor offense. And I'm like, there is a world where all this talent just comes to the surface and they just fucking light it up, man. I mean, they got a lot of weapons, man. When you got a lot of weapons, a lot of high talented guys, you could have a good offense. I mean, that's just logical, right? I mean, shit, if all these dudes are just making plays and they get a good enough quarterback play, right, they can score some points, man. So I'm not buying that Arizona's going to be some sort of shitty offense. I mean, it could go wrong, it could go south, but the fact that they got so much talent, it could also go north, man.
Yeah, and I think to me the biggest, like, the scariest thing with Love, like, I do think obviously the offense as a whole, it's like, you know, there's upside there, but like, how much upside can Jacoby Brissett hit? Like, could they probably can't be like a top 5 or a maybe top 10, but I think top 10 would feel a little unlikely. But like, I think it's possible, right? But like, I think the thing with Love is if they're even, let's say they're the 15th best scoring offense in the NFL, which would be, I think, a pretty good outcome for them. How much work does he split, and can he get there with like Algier? Basically, how much does Algier take is what has been my main concern with Jeremiah Love, especially at the goal line. I wonder if they try to like pound Algier at the goal line and he takes away some of those like high value touches. But I just think Love, you know, when we're playing best ball in the single week pod weeks, he's such an explosive player with such a good playoff schedule. Like, I'm still willing to mix him in, like, you know, somewhat regularly. I just do worry a little bit about his season long stuff, mainly because the other RB competition on the team.
Yeah. I think that the bet that with Love to me is all about, if this team is really good on offense, he has to be a big focal point of that. He's the guy that elevates them to being a really good offense, because we saw what they did last year. Oh, we're on the clock here. All right, so 4th round, we got a 0-1-2 build.
I'd probably be Loveland. I think that's, or Terry. Loveland or Terry is fine.
Yeah, let's go with Loveland. Yeah, and Love is just one of those dudes that if this goes good, he has to be a big part of why it went good, right? Because the other guys were there last year. Algier's not a needle mover, I would say. He's pretty good. But the guy who takes them from a good offense to a very good offense has to be Love. You know, his dynamic ability, his home run ability will create maybe some shorter fields. You know, you get that good 30, 40-yard play right out the gate. They're already in scoring range. So I think he's the wild card, so that when you're betting on Love, to me, you're betting that his team is better than expected, and he's got to be a big part of it, you know?
So are you you're in on Michael Wilson, right? You're a Michael Wilson guy?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a Michael Wilson guy, but I will get some shares of him because I think the price is pretty decent, and he could have maybe the role that is actually more valuable than Harrison. Okay, we're on the clock again here.
I think Devontae or JMO would be fine. I would personally lean a little towards Devontae, but if you want JMO, I'm not gonna.
No, we'll lean on the Rams.
Oh wait, okay.
We'll lean on the Rams.
Okay, yeah. I didn't really think about the double, I guess, but yeah, I think the double does actually feel good.
You corner because they don't have any other receivers. We just like, hey, they got 2 receivers. They both gonna get all the touchdowns catching, you know. So we possibly got 25 touchdowns possibly right here, right? With Puka and Devontae.
Oh yeah, so, I mean, hopefully at least if they're healthy, I mean, that's probably close to what they got last year, right? They probably got close to 25 combined.
25 is like, I'm expecting you to give me 25. They might give you a little more, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But it does feel all right to like double up on that offense. You know, just really good offense. Like that does feel fine. I just I didn't really think about when we were doing it, so I was like, oh, maybe we pivot. But yeah, I think doing that, and then we kind of know, like, hopefully no one's gonna snipe us on Stafford, because they shouldn't if we got both the receivers. Right. But
you know,
yeah, it definitely feels.
One of those things where I don't do this a lot, but it's okay to me to bet on a team. You know, we was just talking about, do we bet on teams and stuff? And so the Rams are definitely one of those teams you can bet on because they're going to score points. You know the Rams are going to score. You know, so it feels pretty good, man, to do certain things like this every once in a while. You know, you don't do it every time, but every once in a while, get a little different. You know?
Yeah. And I agree that it doesn't feel too bad.
So we are coming up in the 6th round here on Knockout Brunch with your guy, Young Moolah. The Moolah Express is taking flight today, and we got a co-pilot, our guy Hartman from HARTMAN Fantasy Football. He's also directing the plane, so your guy Young Moolah can kind of be on autopilot, and our guy is going to go ahead and give us this recommendation. So what are we looking at here in the 6th round?
I mean, do we want to get in at running back, or do we want one of these quarterbacks on stack? Oh no, probably not a quarterback. It's got to be running back.
So which running back do you like? These are the top 3.
I personally lean Ramondre, but I'd be fine with Warren as well.
Let's go Ramondre.
I'm a big Rico Dowdle guy, so I'm kind of a Warren hater. Like, you know, a little bit. Kind of goes hand in hand.
I'm not in love with Warren either, so it's one of those things where I'm okay with Ramondre there. As we had to get another guy before running backs get a little too thin, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't even mind I think it's probably Caleb if we can get him, and then if not, it's probably Pollard.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I wouldn't mind the 3rd running back, and then we feel a lot more secure there. But if we can get Caleb back with Loveland, I think that feels pretty good.
Yeah, we should be able to. Where did our guy Burden go? Burden's on the other side. Dunjay's on the other side.
Yeah.
All right. We got nice. Caleb. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
What do you think Caleb's prospects are this year?
I mean, I don't know. He was pretty good last year, like for fantasy. You know, he rushes a decent amount and all that. I like the offense. I think, you know, just with them playing outside, them playing bad weather, I think he's always going to be like somewhat limited where he's not going to be a 5K passer or anything crazy like that. But I think, you know, maybe he could be the first Bear of all time to hit 4K passing this year. And I think just the rushing upside, the scoring upside of that offense, it makes his price seem pretty fair to me. Especially like this, where we get him in the 7th, where he's kind of at the very end of that elite tier. I feel like pretty comfortable with them. I have a hard time sometimes, like, you know, in the middle of the 6th, if like Drake May or Jaden are still on the board. But after those guys go, and especially with like Jalen Hurts gone too, I think that feels like a great price for Caleb. Like that feels like exactly where he should go.
Isn't it crazy that the Bears, who have been around since the 40s or something, 1940 something, 80 years, you've never had a 4K passer in 80 years. That's
I know.
Almost like impossible damn near. I mean, I know the first like 30, 40 years, right? There wasn't a lot of passing going on, you know, where people weren't getting really 4,000 back in those days. But since like the 90s all the way till now, you've never had a 4K pass. Either you just don't know how to draft quarterbacks, or it's just like they might be cursed or something, man. I don't know, man.
Well, even like Jay Cutler is like not great, but he's not the worst. Like you would have thought he would have hit 4K in all those years. Yeah.
Cutler was slinging it a couple of years. He must have got close though, right? He got about like 39 maybe.
He must have. Well, Caleb got really close last year, right? He got like 39.50 or something. Or 38.50. He was like right there.
He's gonna break the seal then. You know, he's got in fact, I got Caleb do it this year. I'm high on Caleb this year as far as his outlook. I think he's gonna flirt with some MVP stuff. And I'm big on Caleb this year as far as really having a really good season. Hopefully it translates to fantasy as well. And you know, because he has the potential to run a lot more than he has been, you know, for his first couple of years. So if he even starts to run like I know he can, I mean, this dude could be lights out in fantasy if he adds that running dimension to the game, you know? Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, I think we even saw that, like, last year he still had a good amount of rushing. I think like 400 yards or so, like right around 400. So yeah, if he can, like, I think rookie year he was closer to that 500 mark. So if we see him push closer to 500 again, or he gets a little bit luckier with that like rushing TD variance, right. I mean, I think we could definitely. I don't know. I think Caleb has the weapons, has the system, has the potential overall to be like even QB1 on a season. I think it's possible. He has all the tools, all the weapons, and the coach.
Definitely.
All right. So,
hey, how can I convince you to make this Rams bet even a little stronger?
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I like Corum there quite a bit. I think running back falls off a decent amount after him, so that feels good.
Yeah. So we got a 1-3-3-1 with a very strong Rams bet, and now we are headed into the 9th round.
Do we need to lock up Stafford here? Or do we probably do, right?
Probably do with the way that things look. I mean, I don't trust everybody here to make one person that just now got the first quarterback or doesn't have a quarterback. Jay Fonz, non-Badger, without a quarterback. Yeah, he'll take Stafford.
Yeah.
Those type of profiles, they'll take your quarterback. 2 chances to take them, they'll take them. So yeah, let's go ahead and lock up our bet here. Even though it's a little early, we can go ahead and do it. And feels good.
Our whole team relies on him, right?
When you put in that much work on a stack and then you pass it and then don't get it, it almost leaves you like that empty feeling. You're like, man, why did I do all that? Didn't lock it up, right? Because, Well,
yeah, our whole team is making that bet. So it's like we kind of need Stafford, because if this team's going to be the winner, then that means Stafford probably threw for another 45 touchdowns and is pushing for MVP again.
Exactly. So yeah, you gotta close the deal, man. Otherwise, you'll be like, I'll try to get greedy. I mean, squeeze in one extra pick, and then somebody takes your quarterback. It invariably happens. It happens like that all the time when you think, I could probably squeeze it through. No, you can't. Somebody's gonna hate. There's a lot of hating out in these streets, man. It's just the way it is. This is the hating season, man. So don't get fooled. This is the hating season.
Every single time when you push it and it's like you don't get it back, then you're like, why did I do that? Like, did that receiver really matter that much? Why did I do that? Now this team's dead. It's like
you got nobody to blame but yourself, right? Nobody to blame but yourself. It's like, why did you let it go when you had it right there? And we've all done it.
Yeah. You always sometimes you just get a little bit greedy, right? You just feel that little bit of, How are you feeling about the new Diggs price? You think it's is the range fair? Is he a little overpriced? He's still going to move up?
I don't even know the price, because sometimes I'm in the draft, he'll go in the 80s. Sometimes he'll go like 110. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell is the new price? What do you think is a fair price for him?
I think it said his ADP was 105. That seems pretty fair to me. Like, okay, I think he's a similar bet to like the Wandale, the Dubs, like, and maybe I think he's a similar bet to them with maybe a little more upside in that offense, just because they have like so little other weapons other than Terry and him. So I think it's fair for him to be right in those guys' range and just a little over them.
Right.
But the people in the 80s, I think that's going maybe too far with it.
Yeah, I think that's a little too pricey, but I've seen it happen several times here, and I won't pay that price because I'm underweight. I wasn't really hammering them, and so if it's going to cost me that kind of a price, I don't want to really be in on that type of a price.
Oh, see, he's my highest owned receiver in every format.
Oh,
in pre-draft, post-draft, super flex, it's all Diggs.
Yeah.
20% plus.
Hopefully it pays off for you, man. You did get a decent landing spot. Who you like here?
I like KC or Wandale. Either one's KC. All right. Oh, wait. Go Wandale. Go Wandale.
He's 11.
Week 11. Yeah. That'd be 3 of them. That'd be.
Yeah, it's too many week 11s right there.
Yeah, like it's not the end of the world, but that's
Just
pretty
loading
heavy
up
with
on a
only
lot
4.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got
Oh, we
Puka,
got double at
Devontae.
running back too.
We got 2 at running back. Yeah, so we got to kind of come off the week 11s a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, there's always good players available who are different week buys. You know,
I've been picking a little bit more Wandale too. He's been getting some good talk. You know, Cam Ward said Wandale has the key to his house. You know, he's been he said that was a quote. But they've been hyping him up a little bit. Cam Ward said he has a really good connection with him and stuff.
Hey, what about
Jaden Higgins? I like that. I think that's the right pick here. Yeah.
Yeah. He's been getting a lot of buzz too. I'm really liking a lot of the second year guys to where we know all of them aren't going to smash, but do we know exactly which ones will smash? So the fact that there's a bundle of them, I'm just taking all the second year dudes, and whichever ones smash, they smash. If they don't, they don't. But I think it's a good bet because I like dudes who are kind of comfortable in a system already. They got all the kinks worn out, you know, and then they kind of had a year to get used to the physicality and the different things that they got to do from college to pros. And this is a guy to me who he probably didn't come into the league as physically prepared for the challenge of the NFL. And I think he took that to heart. And they say, you know, he's a lot stronger this year. He's running a little faster routes. You know, he's not thinking as much out there. So I like that kind of a situation for a lot of these young, these second year guys where they've had a time to adapt and they don't have to go through all those little growing pains, you know. And so,
well, and I think Higgins especially, you know, like early in the year, he was having a hard time getting targets or getting usage. And then we kind of saw him flash down the stretch and in the middle of the season. So we did get to see those flashes and some high target games. And, you know, it's like, I think he's also a guy in that team where he serves a different role than like a lot of the other guys. Like he's kind of set, I think, as the other outside kind of more boundary receiver with Nico, right? Where like Noel and Dell are maybe more fighting with each other. I mean, Dell's kind of more of an outside guy too, which is weird because he's small, but I think Higgins kind of has his spot more locked down than the other guys. And he did flash as a rookie. So yeah, I like him quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot more of late with Higgins, and his price hasn't really fluctuated much. So it's like, okay, still take him at this price, and you know, I think it's a good bet because that Houston offense, a lot of people, you know, have been disappointed over the last couple of years, rightfully so. But they're a prime bounce back type of a team where they're not that pricey, right? You know, overall, you know, you got a couple guys in the top 4 rounds with Nico and Demo, but other than that, the guys are relatively, you know, inexpensive. So these are the kind of bets that, you know, you kind of like to make in contests like this where people aren't really just overloading on them, and you can just sneak in a decent, you know, share and have that little edge. All right, so we are coming up in the 12th round. You want to close this bet on our Houston bet?
Wait, do we have Nico?
We got 2 receivers. Yeah, we got Nico and
okay,
Higgins.
yeah.
Might as well get Stroud, right?
Yeah, let's stack it up, yeah.
All right, so now we got our quarterback room pretty closed down. Oh, I like this quarterback room. Okay,
that's a strong quarterback room.
Stroud, and then we got them stacked up too already.
Yeah, we stacked it all. Yeah, that definitely feels good.
Yeah, that's a good bets there.
And, you like Boston a lot. I like Boston a lot too.
Oh yeah, there's a definite guy I want to add later here, but I won't really drop it yet. But that fits this kind of field with the correlating factors and everything really well. A guy who's moving up.
Oh,
drop that a little later. He's moving up the ranks. Yeah, let's go Boston, man. I know it's week 11, but I think he's clearly rated. I got him rated so far ahead of the rest of
I wouldn't mind grabbing the other Raiders receiver. I'm not as much of a Naylor guy, but if we want, I was thinking Tucker, but I think Boston's fine.
We gotta go Boston. Yeah, Boston is. I got him so high above these other dudes right now Because I think Boston is probably the number one dude there. I mean, him and
That's what
KCC are probably going to battle for it, but I think he'll be more consistent than KCC. His hands are a little, a lot better. And
well, I like Boston's play style a lot for best ball. Like they're both going to be on the field because they're not really duplicative skill sets at all. And like Boston, just that big downfield, like big body downfield winner, big red zone target. I think we could get some nice spikes out of him, even playing on the Browns, where we're not as hyped about their offense. He can get one catch that just gives him a spike week, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I look at it like, he's a little bit more useful in this kind of conduct. I mean, KCC is a little bit more expensive, number one. And, I love KCC, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying the price difference and for this type of contest, I think makes Boston slightly more valuable on that team. Like I said, he's a red zone dude. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets, 8-9 touchdowns, right? He could lead them in touchdown catches, a guy like a Boston, because of that.
Oh, absolutely.
And I like Fannin too. I'm on the Browns too, man. But the Browns and the Jets are my two, like, what they used to call that,
like sleeper teams.
The vomit stacks.
Oh yeah.
Remember that term? Where
I haven't heard that in a minute. Yeah.
You kind of get a little queasy trying to roster it, but then it's like, but if it works, you'll have an edge, right? So it's those nasty stacks that nobody really wants to just say that they like, but I like them, man. I like the Jets and the Browns, man. And
so, I'm kind of with you there, especially the Browns receivers. Like I actually picked quite a bit of both KC and Boston, so I'm pretty on them. Fannin, I'm a little bit lower on because I like some of those other tight ends in that range. Like I like Laporta a lot. I don't mind Pitt, so it's like I'm a little lower on him, and I do worry the receivers take a little of that target share. But with no Njoku, I mean his role feels pretty good too. How dominant he was as a rookie. Yeah, I definitely don't mind making bets on the Browns. The Jets, I like Garrett and Brees, so I don't mind them either.
Yeah.
All right. So, are there any running backs we like here, or not really?
There's several I like. I definitely like this guy.
I don't mind the Jonah Coleman. I do kind of like Trey Tucker since he fell back, but that'd probably be it at receiver. So if we want to wait till later, we can go with one of those running backs, or Coleman would be fine.
Let's get to running back here first. I think it's possible we can still get a good receiver here that we like, but I think the running backs are running pretty thin, and there's a couple dudes with only 3. I think they're probably looking at the running back spot too. One.
Are you picking much Kamara? How are you feeling about Kamara?
I'm getting a decent amount here lately because I think with the volume of plays that they get, the pace that they run, I think there's still room for him to get a decent number of snaps here and a little bit of work where, they ain't going to just oh, man, that's who I wanted. Man, Minkus, you've been watching the Moolah Express, man. I certainly wanted that dude.
Trey Harris.
We got Trey Harris. Want to take Trey?
Hawk would be fine as well. Trey Harris is fine.
Okay, let's go Trey.
Yeah.
We need another receiver. Oh, man, that's what I wanted to add with my correlation. For the Houston correlation was Marshawn Lloyd. Damn it.
Oh, yeah. And 171. The price of the brick is moving up, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said. He's moving up. But also, he's week 11, too, so it might be a blessing in disguise that we didn't get him. We got a ton of week 11 dudes. We could have everybody sitting out week 11, and then we lose just because we didn't have enough players on week 11.
Yeah. No, it is a little tough in that sense. But I think, maybe he kind of saved us from ourselves. Taking the week 11 from us might have saved us from ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, he might have saved us, so we all right. So got one tight end. We got enough receivers. We might be good on receiver now. With this
I think so.
Yeah, this one is solid.
I mean, we only need what's left at tight end. What do we still got on the board?
We got some options.
if we get so with those guys, do you feel like we would need 3 since we have Loveland up top, or can we stop at 2 with one of them?
Whenever I get one of the elites, McBride, Bowers, Loveland, I'm okay with 2. I don't care who the second is. Actually, I'll get
Okay.
like a late second, and I'm perfectly fine with that because we drafted Loveland to be the guy, so you got to go be the guy. Kind of like the teams that drafted McBride last year. If you had McBride last year, you didn't really need another tight end. Your second tight end probably barely made your lineup. Maybe twice all year, if that, right? During his bye week, maybe one other time. So I'm okay with just 2 tight ends when I got one of the studs.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. I generally feel like pretty good with 2. I know some people get a little worried if like the second one isn't good enough. They want the third, but like, yeah, if you picked a top like 4 or 5 tight end, then you just kind of rely on them all year.
Yeah, they got to do it. If they don't do it, that's the way my build is structured for that guy to have to deliver. If they don't deliver, then I wasn't supposed to win. So whenever you spend early capital on a quarterback or a tight end, for you to win, they have to have an outstanding year. They can't just be average. So you spent the capital on the onesie spot. They got to deliver like the best season.
Yeah. Can we also see running back? How's that looking?
Yeah, we got Mike Washington, Kalen Black.
Like the guys at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to lock up just one of these tight ends? Yeah, that's
let's
fine.
go Fryer. We got a week 10 bye. This is week 9. Yeah, let's do Fryer Muff there. And then we can probably get a running back here.
Yeah, I guess. So do we want, what do you think? You think like 2 running backs now, or you think like a running back receiver? How are you kind of feeling with these last 2 picks?
I think our receiver room is set. I think
so too.
Yeah, probably with 2 running backs. Get us some contingency value running back and a guy with a role, maybe 2. So we can put some of these dudes in the queue. We'll be on the clock now. Braylon Allen might have a role here.
I think Braylon's fine.
Okay.
I've heard, I was just about to say his name. Seth McGowan. I've heard he's getting the good coach speak. Or it sounds like he's kind of locked up that number 2 role.
Number 2, huh?
Yeah. It sounds like Giddens isn't the guy.
Yeah, Giddens. I was kind of buying into him last year, but haven't really heard much from him since then.
I had a bag pre-draft of Giddens last year. He was like my second highest owned running back. First one was Harvey though, so fair. I got one, I missed one, so went both ways. But
it's one of those things where you was banking or at least hedging that Taylor could have a down year, miss a few games, but then Taylor just lights it up, doesn't miss a game, so your bag just wasn't there. But
that's like this year I've been picking Ray Davis at a decent little clip, but it's like well, if James Cook plays all 17, like that pick's worthless. Like I know it when I'm picking him too. Yeah, but it's like that's just how it goes with these like late guys.
Yeah, you play the angle. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you knew the risk, right? You knew the risk reward was that, hey, if his guy in front of him smashes, like a lot of people are on Tank Bigsby, right? And it's like, well, you do know he's behind Saquon. So if Saquon smashes, this guy's gonna have very little value. So the risk, but if there is a possibility Saquon could miss some time or whatever. But
it's just with those guys, they could definitely be zeros, but they can be if they do hit, right? If Saquon misses the year, then it's like, oh, maybe that's just the league winner. So
right, that he does have a league winner situation if he becomes the feature guy, and it's like those picks are always worth it late because most 18, 17 round picks aren't going to do shit anyway. So you might as well go for the dude who, if he does get in, he can win me something. He can win something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, picking some of these guys that, like, I'm not trying to pick on your team money or nothing, but Cooper Kupp, what's he going to really do? You know,
Yeah.
those kind of picks just don't move the needle for me. I can't, I'm not picking on your team. All I'm saying is if I'm taking dudes late, I gotta understand if he gets in, he can do something, right? Because some of these picks, they only gonna give you a little bit of something. And to me, I'm going for the home run this late. Either give me something or nothing. Because
Yeah.
it's not gonna be. He ain't gonna really make my lineup. Cooper Cups of the world, they ain't making my lineup with this kind of receiving room. How's he gonna ever make the lineup?
Right.
We want to go McGowan or Jalen Wright or.
I like the McGowan, sounds like he's kind of got it locked up. It's definitely a good spot. So
Yeah,
it feels fine to me.
Taylor's had a big workload the last 3 seasons, so it could catch up to him, right? You never know. I'm not wishing any bad luck because I got some Taylor bags myself. But I'm just saying, we know this game is about hard knocks and breaks and shit happens, man. People get hurt. So if he gets hurt, a guy like a McGowan, because they say this guy was a really talented back. He just had like some kind of off the field stuff in college, and I think
he robbed somewhere and went to jail.
Oh yeah, he went to jail and shit. But he's got a second chance. Talented guy, they say he's very talented. He just ran afoul of the law, but now he's got his second chance, and if he get in there, I think this dude will do something.
And he's the guy too. Was he a converted receiver or something like that? Is that McGowan?
Oh, I'm not
or
sure.
Is that Adam Randall? I might be getting mixed up.
Yeah,
Randall's the receiver.
This guy was also, but Randall for sure is a converted receiver. Yeah,
I was getting them mixed. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because this dude was really good at the combine, McGowan. I was like, man, this guy's pretty explosive and everything for a pretty nice sized dude. He had a lot of speed and agility. All right, so let's see what we got from our guests here. Our people who are in the lobby, in the chat room with us. Our guy Tika made this one, so let me go ahead and review them. And our guy Tika came with a 3-6-7-2. This is best ball on call, right?
Yep.
All right. And so he got a 3-6-7-2 out of the number 2 hole with Baker Mayfield, Tyler Shuck, and Michael Penix. Yeah, it's one of those rooms where you waited a little bit. You waited till the 10th round before you even drafted your first. And so I like that approach because not a lot of people are daring or willing to do that. And so it can come through for you with these kinds of picks because they're on two offenses that are pretty good. They should be projected to do very well, both Tampa Bay and New Orleans. And so I like that combination. So let's see how you tied everything together in waiting for these quarterbacks. So you got Bijan, Bashal Tootin, Jalen Warren, Kamara, Jaden Blue, Nick Singleton. Okay, so you got one anchor. You got another high upside dude who should have a feature role, Bashal Tootin. And you got Jalen Warren in a timeshare, Kamara, splitting some work. Probably on the shorter end of the stick, but he'll pass it down as well. Jaden Blue getting a lot of height. And Nick Singleton. So you got a lot of guys with some potential late and dudes with varying degrees of roles to go with your number 1 stud, Bijan Robinson. So that's a good mixed room there. You got Bijan and Drake London, so you're betting on Atlanta there a little bit with the Bijan and London bet. You got Chris Olave paired with your guy Shuck, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin paired with your guy Baker Mayfield. You got Jalen McMillan and Calvin Ridley with the Kyle Pitts. So you really went full Atlanta, right? I'm surprised. Did you get the quarterback? Oh, you got Penix. Okay. You got
one of the quarterbacks.
Atlanta. Yeah. And Penix, I think Penix will get in. I don't know how much, but I don't know if we can really rely on a guy like Tua to play the whole season. So I do like the fact that you did add Penix there late. Penix or Tua would have been fine, but at least you got one because you got a big Atlanta bet. So you got to have one of those quarterbacks with this kind of bet. And so you did tack on Penix. And so I like this build a lot. I think you got a real good shot here, Tika, of coming out of this room here. Hopefully we'll right with you on that. And let's see who else was in here. Our guy Minkus. You want to go ahead and do the honors of reviewing Minkus, Hartman?
Sure. So 2673, Joe Burrow, Jackson Dart. Strong QB room, totally good stopping at 2 with them. Almost a double elite, but with an elite and a guy like Dart, you're good. RB, Dave Montgomery, Quinshawn, Chris Rodriguez, Tyler Algier, Marshawn Lloyd, Justice Hill. I think it's okay, maybe a little bit on the lighter side. Rodriguez as a 3 it's fine, but then Algier is a 4, Rodriguez as a 3. It's a little on the lighter side when you don't have like a true anchor up top. Monty and Quinshawn are going to be pretty good workload guys, but maybe a little bit more limited upside. So I would have maybe liked a little bit better third on this team. I think it's fine with the 2 guys up top and then splitting work guys with Sierra and Algier, but probably a little bit on the lighter side. Hopefully the receiver room kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have liked to see maybe instead of this Justice Hill one, maybe a home run kind of a dude that could give you some kind of punch if you get the right break. Because I think Justice Hill is pretty limited guy. Because even if a big dog to me goes down, which probably ain't gonna happen because he's probably the most durable dude in the league. But in the rare case, I still don't think Justice Hill gets like a big load. I think his role probably doesn't change much. And they bring in, I think they got Adam Randall or somebody. Don't they have Adam Randall?
They do have Adam Randall, yeah.
And then they have bigger back kind of takes over the lead duties, and they kind of keep Justice Hill kind of in the same role as he normally has. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I view it kind of similar. Like, obviously, he would probably gain some of a role just with less like overall comp, but he's not going to be the lead back bell cow by any means. He's still like a receiving back who is going to be limited, can't take like a full workload most likely.
Yeah, that's my only little gripe about it. But overall, it's like I said, it's not a super strong room. I think that kind of would have just gave it a little more juice if you added like a dude who could smack it out the park if they get in. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and continue.
Chase, Neighbors, Pickens, Alec Pierce, Casey Conception, Debo Samuel, Trey Tucker. I really like the receiver room. The Pierce one, it's a little scary now, but you did get the Fowler. And I think all the other receivers you pick, like, I pretty much love all of them where they go. I think that's like super strong. I like the receiver room a ton on this team.
Yeah. Because I like Neighbors is essentially, if he gets off to a slow start, he's essentially your third, because you got Chase and Pickens. So I like this kind of start where you kind of protected the Neighbors' vulnerability with some really top picks at the position anyway. And so, I do like this room as well.
I guess nitpicking, you could maybe say Pierce and Neighbors together isn't the best combo. 2 guys who might have some trouble early.
I got a ton of Pierce Neighbors together.
Yeah, I do. I think I do too. I'm overweight on both, but
because every time I Pierce would just keep falling. I'm like, shit, I take it. So I was just clicking that combo quite a bit, and hopefully it works out for me as well. Just it needs to work out for our guy Minkus here. But I got unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I got a lot of that.
Maybe fortunately,
yeah.
And we still got like a month to go. Pierce could very well be back week 1.
Yeah. Yep. So overall, I like this room. You got some of the guys that we were looking at, KCC, Trey Tucker, Neighbors. Yeah, we were looking at all those dudes. Yeah.
Good price on Debo still. Kraft, Otten, Theo. I feel like I've seen McNix pick Theo a few times. I feel like that must be kind of his guy. But I think with Kraft up top, you can kind of go with those later guys like that and feel pretty okay with it. You put a lot into Kraft. You're kind of relying more on him anyways.
Right. Yeah, Kraft
I think it's fine.
Really so Kraft, he got a few dudes coming off the injury. Kraft, Pierce, Neighbors, but we'll see how everything works out. Judkins coming off the injury, Rodriguez. So you got a lot of dudes with potential injury risk early on who could get off to slow starts. But hey, man, this whole game is a risk, so no big deal. But I like your team overall. I think you got a good shot as well coming into a 1 or 2 slot in this league as well. All right. So
and he
else?
He did say it too, the Bengals thing. He wanted Justice Hill because it was like the game stack. He kind of panic picked him. So fair enough.
Okay. So Taking Dollars is also in the chat, I'm sure. And they came with a 3573 with Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Kyler Murray. I really like this quarterback room. I mean, you spent decent enough capital, didn't overpay for anybody though, so it's really good. You got Kyler on a pretty decent fall there, and let's see how you correlated this team, because this is a really good, strong room, all with different kind of strengths. You know, these quarterbacks, one all-around great quarterback, one good pocket passer, and then one kind of dual threat, Kyler Murray. So let's see out of what slot we were drafting. 9th. All right, so I expect to see Jefferson on this one.
I don't think you are.
Uh-oh. That's all right. But you got Kyler at such a discount. I think he just needed to click it, I guess. All right, so we got Ashton Genty, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, Jordan Mason, and Brian Robinson. I'm okay with a few of these picks. Not the biggest RJ Harvey and Brian Robinson person, but you know, it could work out for you. But I do like the Genty, Chase Brown, Jordan Mason picks. So I like your room overall. I think it's going to be reliant upon these two anchors here. And you got Jordan Mason, who could have a starting role, strong 2-down role. And RJ Harvey's the wild card, I guess, based on the capital you spent, because you're gonna want him to deliver on that, you know, that 8th round price tag, and so he's gonna have to have enough of usage and not being a 3-headed committee for him to really pay off this price tag. Okay, and then Brian Robinson is pretty much a handcuff, and so we'll see what happens with that. And then your receiver room, you got Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, one of our combatants in our knockout brunch today, who got knocked the fuck out, was Garrett Wilson. But we like Garrett Wilson. I'm not gonna hate on him just because he got knocked out in our battle, because it can only be one winner. All right, and then we got Jameson Williams. Wow, at 57. I like that price at 5.9. Jamo. And you got Rome also at a little bit of a fall. What are y'all doing over there on that side of the board for you to get all this? Huh? We need to be on that side.
Yeah, I know, right? I always see it. It's always the side you're not on.
Yeah, and then so you got Juwan Jennings paired with your Kyler fall. So you got Jennings and Jeremy Bernard and Antonio Williams, 2 rookies to end it up. So a very good room with a lot of value you got at the receiver spot, and some guys who have great roles on their team. So strong room. I like that room there as well. And then you got Goddard, Juwan, and Hawkinson, another part of your Kyler stack. And so your Herbert ended up with naked.
Oh, on stack.
Yeah. Herbert ended up naked, but that's fine. Herbert's pretty versatile. And to me, Herbert is a guy who he can get there, and actually nobody else can really get there sometimes, right? He can spread it around a lot where everybody could be capped about 80 yards at most. And then the touchdowns can go to the guys who got 3 for 40 or something. And so nobody could really get there, and he can still get there because he uses his legs a little bit too. So it's not the end all be all if you have a Herbert naked. So no big deal. But your golf, you paired up with Jamo. Okay, and we see you got Juwan Jennings and Hawk for Kyler. So I like this team. Got a great shot. $10. Yeah,
Good little.
I like. What you think?
Got the little game stack for the Detroit Chicago too, which is nice. I think that little value on the wide receiver 3 and 4 on the team kind of helped the build, because he was able to really push that wide receiver 5 quite a bit. So I think that helped him get a strong QB room and get some of those mid-range running backs and all that. Yeah, I think it feels pretty solid though.
Yeah, very solid team, very well constructed. Just took a lot of values, so I do like how that ended up for taking dollars. And let's see, anybody else that I recognize? I don't know. Let's go ahead and check the chat, see if anybody chimed in and said they were in there. All right. Let's see where we at. Let's go ahead and catch up with the chat. Best ball on call, yes sir. McNick, something different from here. 3 again. We got our guy, Goofy Chicken Fantasy. What's up, Goofy? How you doing? If you ain't clicking with your chicken, go ahead and click right now. Go ahead and sign up for our guy, Goofy Chicken. I invited you next week, man. You coming, right? You coming on Moolah Express, right? So we're supposed to be collabing with our guy, Goofy Chicken Fantasy, probably next week. And,
Oh yeah, I got
subscribe
you
to
were
the-
over on
Yeah, I
his
was on
stream
his
the other
channel earlier this week. Yeah, and
day.
I had a blast, man. You know, those dudes are always gonna be entertaining and come with the goods and tell you how they feel. And so we vibe pretty well. Appreciate those guys. Keep doing what you're doing out here. All right, and yeah. So this is Taking Dollars right here. Good luck on the draft and made it in time. Yeah, Taking Dollars. Tiana H. Sayers. How are you doing today? Go ahead and smash that like as you enter the building, please. We appreciate it. The algorithm definitely needs it. And we will go ahead and ask you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And also subscribe to our guy Hartman. I'll drop his link in the description as well before I leave today. And you can go ahead and check out the replays if you want to see that knockout battle of how it played out with our guy Hartman picking his winner. I won't give you any spoilers, so you can check it out yourself. And also chime in with the poll as you enter the building as well. My feeling on Love is that he'll have a low-key at lowest advance rate, but could have some really big playoff weeks with his schedule. Just Saints Raiders out of their bye. Oh yeah, no doubt. Maybe because a lot of people are thinking that this guy's gonna just get up to an automatically slow start. I'm not buying into that thing. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But when you're this good and you spent this much draft capital, you got to use the guy. The people want to see him. The owner is probably going to mandate, hey, man, we trying to sell tickets. Put this dude in the game as much as you can. So there's other forces at play here other than just say he's going to get up to a slow start and all this, because people want to see the guy. You know, not Atlanta, but Arizona hasn't had much to cheer for, and for how long? You got to get some dudes on the field who can make me excited if I'm a fan. So the ownership probably understands this, and this dude might play a lot, man. They just kind of downplaying the expectation, but he's gonna be on the field, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree a little bit with the lower advance rate. I think it's almost more like a Bijan rookie year. Because Bijan had that where he had a little trouble early, and I mean, he's the supreme talent, we know for sure. Same dude, Algier in his way, right? And Algier took like 7-8 touchdowns last year from him. It's like that's why I kind of agree with that stance, where it's like I think he might be a little bit lower advance rate piece, but the single week upside is going to be massive. I just think they have a lot of talent, like in the sense that it might be too many cooks in the kitchen. Like Jeremiah Love's obviously better than Algier, but if they're not winning a lot, because their defense is also not great, if they're not winning a lot, they might just not really want to pound him into the ground as a rookie. I think though it's that single week upside will be there. So I kind of agree with that take where the playoff weeks makes him worth it. But I do think it could be a little bit like Bijan, where he, early in Bijan's rookie year, he kind of didn't take over till like that more second half. He really started taking over and kind of smashing, where like he was a little more inconsistent early.
Yeah. I just gonna say keep your eye on Arizona, man. I'm not counting this team out as far as making some noise early. Even if they don't win a lot of these games, I think they'll be competitive though in these games, and I think they're gonna score some points, man. That's I think they're gonna score some points, but we'll see how it all plays out. Everybody, is on one side or the other, but I'm taking the side that this team's gonna surprise, at least in the points column. Maybe not the win column, but they'll score some points. Yeah. All right. So we got. Do you guys play auction at all? Feels like a great year for it. I'm not an auction guy. What about you, Hartman? You play auction?
I've only done it once. I did a dynasty startup that was an auction, but I'm not super familiar with the format. It was a lot of fun though. Definitely a very fun format. I'd be open to playing it more.
Yeah. Boston feels like the red zone target. Yep. Okay. Sorry, man. I actually wanted Blue to go with the Giants tag. Marshawn was the backup. Oh, that's Nick took my guy Marshawn right in front of us.
Best ball on call went Blue, and then Nick's on Marshawn.
Yeah, you saved me for ourselves because we had too many week 11 buys as it is. So I think he probably helped us on this build. Probably didn't need him. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Lloyd and Blue both moving up. Yeah, Blue, I'm not buying it yet. I'm just, these guys that are kind of light, You know, I'm not really going overboard on dudes who don't have enough girth to me. The NFL is a very physical sport, and these dudes can get knocked around kind of easily, especially if you can't run inside. You know, he's going to be a one-dimensional, get him to the perimeter kind of dude. That's a limited role in my opinion. I think Javonte still has this role, this stranglehold on that backfield, and there'll be a couple change of pace snaps for this guy, Blue, but I'm not in on Blue too much though. So, what about you?
I'm willing to buy the Blue a little bit, but I'm trying not to get too crazy with it. I do think he could have a little bit of a pass catching role, but it's more just like if he's locked in as the 2, I'm willing to buy the Cowboys RB2. If an injury happens, like I want the guy who's 2 on that team. You know, they're going to be a great offense. So, but I'm not getting over my skis if he's moving up a bunch.
Blue, his house and a blue little window, and everything is blue for him. I don't know what that means. Do you know what this means?
The next it's a song. It's like the next comment you see.
Oh, he's all over Jaden Blue. Is that it?
Yeah, Jaden Blue, dabba dee. Like I don't know if you know that. It's like a big song from the early 2000s or something. He was making like a reference, like a little joke about it.
Oh, okay, but he's high on blue. Is that basically what he's saying?
I think maybe. I think he was more just joking around, but he might be high on Blue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I hit that song, but that's fine. Rondo was the converted receiver when McGowan was a receiver of stolen goods. Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, all right. You laughed at that one. Yeah. Disbanded in the house. Hey, how you doing, Disbanded? Appreciate you for checking in. Smash that like as you enter the building, if you would, please, as we are rocking here on a Sunday afternoon with our knockout brunch with our guy Hartman, fantasy football. All right. Yeah, Tua went. That's why he took
Penix.
Took Penix because Tua went in the 18th before him. So you were gonna take Tua, I assume. But I think it was smart that you did take one of them, even though the guy you might have wanted, because Penix can easily end up in the game, right? We know Tua is one hit away, right, from being on the sideline for the whole year. So Penix is still a guy with some talent. Running back room is something. All right. Agreed. Just defaulted to Hill to go with the bingo stuff, not the best runner. Oh yeah, you had the Hill pick, right?
Yeah.
Just to steal. Okay, Teacup, that's phone call. Much love, Moolah and Hartman. Appreciate you. Come on.
Appreciate it.
And drafting with us. All right, let's see what else we got. Swinging for the fences out here. Yeah, you gotta swing for the fences, man. You know, sometimes if you ain't trying to get a home run, you're just gonna hit a single, right? So I'm trying to hit a home run, man. I'm gonna strike out or home run. You know, that's my kind of tolerance. If I strike out, I strike out. But guess what? I was swinging for the fences. So, you know, you better back up. You better back up to the warning track because we swinging for the gate, man. We trying to hit the home run, man. So I might strike out. Hey, everyone.
Big tourney ain't no one trying to min cash.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit the homer, man. You only get this kind of opportunities once a year, right? The best ball contest, it only comes around once a year. So I'm trying to hit it out the park. Bayou Bingo. Hey, what's up, Bayou Bingo? If you aren't subscribed to our guy, Bayou Bingo, he's got a lot of good things going to stream it almost every day, bringing you a lot of good content. Appreciate you for checking on in with us. Bayou Bingo Fantasy Network. Subscribe today. All right, we got McNix. I agree with Love playing a lot, Muller, but swear, but the card schedule is brutal. Yeah, but when a guy is electric, man, the guy is electric. That's all. I always got to go back to that. Some dudes, the talent, you just can't hold them back no matter who's on the field. I mean, I'm not going to say he's Barry Sanders, obviously, but Barry Sanders would have the whole defense stacked against him, right? They didn't have a lot of weapons, and Barry Sanders would just rip through anybody. It doesn't matter. Number one defense, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, year in, year out. Barry Sanders would just get 200 of them every time. So that defense stuff don't matter to me when you got electric dudes. because the talent level is going to just surpass, the defense. Offense is going to do better than the defenses more times than not, especially with the way the rules are in today's games and all that. They find a good matchup for this dude out on the perimeter. Love is going to be fine, man. I'm not worried about Love. Thanks again for the stream, guys. Vibes off charts. Good. Appreciate you again for coming on through. All right. Not going overboard on dudes that don't have enough girth. Let's pause a little bit, but you know what I'm saying.
Out of context is crazy.
Yeah. Out of context, right? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
You got to get his jokes on, man. What is he, about 175, 180?
Yeah. He's a little dude. He's a little dude.
Yeah. You snuck that one in there, Obi, man. All right. So who we got? He said no pause Sunday.
No pause Sunday.
Nah, we're gonna put a pause, man. Hey, but so we got a little time here, man. Unless you run out of time, it's up to you. If you want to do another one, I'm okay.
Yeah. I probably run more. Yeah.
All right, let's rip one more. We will rip another one. Let's see what contest. We might just do a little cheapy here just to have some fun.
Dalmatian.
Yeah, let's do a little Dalmatian before they close up because it's about to close. So we're going to rip one more draft here for your entertainment purposes. We got a lot of people tuning in. Appreciate you all coming in here. Go ahead and like the video, right? Appreciate you if they smash that like. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And subscribe to our guy, Hartman Fantasy Football. I'll drop the link as we start this draft in the description. And so go ahead and do that as well, if you would, please. And we would appreciate that. And also, our guy Bayou Bingo has a channel. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Our guy Goofy Chicken Fantasy has a channel. Go ahead and subscribe to them as well. Fanspeak Network, they drop by. Subscribe to them as well. Fantasy Football Garage, our guy Candyman checked in. Go ahead and subscribe to them as well. And anybody else, go ahead and come on in here. And I shout out everybody. And if you shout me out, we all good. If you don't shout me out, well, I'm gonna stop shouting your ass out. But it's all good. We all got love here. And I want to see everybody winning. And let's go ahead and get this moolah, man. Because the Moolah Express is packed up, man. The bags is packed. I'm only got a few more drafts. If I really think about it, I got about 3-4 more Best Ball Manias. I got about 3 or 4 more left, and I do those every Monday night. Speaking of which, we're coming at you tomorrow night with our midnight Mondays. Tomorrow night, where I do a BBM at midnight Eastern time. And we only got a few left, man. So it's about 3-4 more weeks of midnight Mondays where I do my BBMs. And then we come at you on Wednesday with our Machiavellian Thoughts. Well, we got a special show for you this week. I don't want to give it away yet, but be tuning in this week for our midnight Mondays. And PS the Fridays, where we hope to have a special guest. We'll go ahead and see if we can confirm that. But let's go ahead and jump in this little Dalmatian 3 right here, right now on Knockout Brunch Sunday. All right, so we're going to jump in 10, 9, 8, 7, little Dalmatian 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are entering little Dalmatian 3, our third and final draft here. Oh, snap field. I hope you're able to get in. Might be a lot of people on the overflow. Sorry about that, but maybe you got some people in early and we got the last spot. Let's see.
This one's always going to be hard to get in at the same time. These fill so quick, just in general.
Yeah.
Then you got people trying to join from the stream. It's even,
right.
Crazy.
So if you didn't make this one, sorry about that, but we go ahead and get our groove on in this $1 Dalmatian. And this one, these contests, I'm shooting for first place or bust, man. It's like I don't care what draft slot I got. I'm getting my dudes normally in these kind of, because it's so top heavy. Have you seen the payout structure on this one?
I know it's 20K up top, and then it drops to like 5K by third or something, right? And
Yeah, because it's only $1, right? And I'm not doing 100.
yeah.
I'm not. I definitely not doing 100. I'll probably do 5 drafts in this, right? Because then I look at the structure, the payout structure, right? Like it's a what 470 seat final, 1 out of 10. It's 3 out of 12, which is pretty good. 1 out of 10, 1 out of 6. So if you make the
Mhm.
finals 470, and you come in 301 to 470, you get $20. Congratulations. That's free. But whatever. It is what it is. But then just to get to $100, right? To get your money back if you max this sucker out, you got to come in 26th to 30th place out of 112,000 entries. You got to come in 26th to 30th place just to get your money back if you max it. So I'm definitely not maxing it.
It's like
So
it's
to
top
really get any
8% or
kind of
something.
money, to really get any kind of money, you got to be like top 10, right? 10th place gets 600. 600 off a few bucks is great if I only do 5 entries. So my goal is I'm shooting for the first place or bust in these contests. And so
Yeah.
I will take a strategy of give me my dudes, give me my stacks. I don't care the cost, whatever. Uh-oh. I
Oh, you
got
got a
30
couple of them
minutes.
in slow. Oh, that's the
Yeah,
last one.
that's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one. Oh, we 1 pick away. We almost missed it. Let's go ahead and see who we got. I am at the top of my queue, man.
I'm good with that. That's totally fine with me.
Yeah, we're going Genty.
I
All right. So
I mix it up between him and the receivers, but I never mind taking Genty over them.
yeah, I'll take some of them too. Because especially when there's only a couple left, with the first round capital, right? But like I said, in this contest, I'm going for first, so I'm taking the dudes who can get me the chip. And so, who you like in the second? Do you like to go RB here?
Yeah, I agree
Or do
with.
you sneak up a guy like I was about to say AJ
It'd be
Brown. He
AJ
just went.
Brown.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just went already. So it looks like
yeah. I don't.
running back looks like a good bet here.
Yeah, yeah. I'm my favorite guy is I like Saquon or Kenneth Walker, but my highest owned is Kenneth Walker. That's my biggest like stand in the second round.
We'll go with Kenneth Walker because I actually probably don't have a lot of them. I
Oh,
got
okay.
decent bag, but let's go ahead and add a share of Kenneth Walker here, who could definitely light it up in his new digs over here in KC. You think they're gonna run a lot more than they have in the past couple of years?
I think so. I think with Mahomes coming off the injury, I think they'll be a lot closer to like neutral in the run pass splits. I don't think they'll be quite as pass heavy as they've been in the past.
Yeah, let me make
And
this
I
little
also
pick. I got
all
to
right.
pick in my slow, but go ahead and keep talking.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I think they will be more run heavy with Mahomes coming off that ACL. Mahomes also was having the best rushing season of his career last year. I think obviously his rushing alone will be a lot less. But yeah, I think last time they had a good running back was Kareem Hunt, and we saw him lead the league in rushing as a rookie. I think they just haven't really had talent at that position in a couple of years, and now they have Walker. They actually have a talented starting running back again. They're going to, I think they're going to feed him. I think we've already seen too. They've been talking about using him in the receiving game a lot too. Um,
Yeah,
I think, yeah, we're just going to see him get like totally fed, and I think with the Mahomes injury, they're going to rush more. And yeah, I don't know. I just think he's going to be their true bell cow and just really dominate touches.
yeah. I think that injury played a lot into the decision of going to get Kenneth Walker. That Mahomes injury, they probably want to lessen the reliance, on him. They know that he has to be like Superman year in year out for this team, and they're like, man, forget this. We better get a tight running back because they've never really, ever since Kareem Hunt's like rookie year, they really haven't had like a really good running back. They just kind of pieced together these veterans type rooms and stuff. So they're like, hey man, Mahomes getting a little older, coming off this big injury. Let's go get us some dude. And so they went and got this dude. So they gotta have big plans for him, right? So
When like Kareem, he led the league in rushing as a rookie, and then second year he was pacing to have another great rushing year before all the off the field stuff happened that got him off the team. That was the second year, so it's like I just think Clyde and Pacheco and whoever else is filled in between, they just don't have the talent. They're forced to pass. Those guys can't handle a 25 touch load, per week. It's going to be too negative for your team.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we got a 0-2-0-0 to double anchor superhero start.
I mean, I'd be Brees if he makes it, probably.
Let's do it.
I like T. Higgins a lot too, but I think Brees on the little faller. I think I'm cool with going 3 straight.
Yeah, let's do Brees. And then that way, our running back room is pretty set. We don't really have to force nothing. We can kind of just roll with these 3 guys who should be the meat and potatoes of our running back room. And I like that start, man.
Yeah, I think
pinhole.
Get a little faller on Brees. That feels pretty good. And then now we finally get to make the decision too. We can finally maybe make the decision of the guys we were debating at the start. We might finally be in a spot. Oh no.
They hating on us. They was hating. We got haters in the building. All right. We're gonna go with the other guy. Let's just go with the other guy. Oh no, we already got a Jet. Can I?
Yeah, we already have a Jet. All right, that's fair.
To go with we're gonna dominate our backfield altogether with a dominant quarterback and dominating running back room. We'll catch up at receiver. It'll be one of those things where there's a lot of dudes in that 5-6 turn I like. So
yeah, I think that little fall on Josh Allen, always feels good. And him in the 4th always feels like pretty good. Can't really go wrong.
And when I'm shooting for first place or bust, I usually just go with the dudes who I know can do it, right? And so guys like a Josh, you just know he can just light it up for 40 at any given week. And so I'm going to take my chances on these kind of contests. If I'm just trying to get first place, I'm going to get an elite quarterback or an elite tight end, at least one of those. And then just, we got a strong running back room already. And we'll be able to cobble together the rest of it to at least get us to the top, man. I like the start of this one.
Yeah. And it feels so much easier when you start like really robust and kind of ignore receiver the first couple rounds. Like it doesn't usually feel too bad to build out of it. Sometimes it depends on the room, but like a lot of times it feels like you can build out of it pretty reasonably. You just can't get like distracted and get like we can't pick Tyler Warren on the next turn, even if like we both like him. It's like, I feel like that's the only time where you kind of like can hurt yourself is like, oh, you get like Warren, or then like, you come back the next round, you're like, oh, well, let me get like Justin Herbert too, or Dak or something. You keep like going away from it. But I feel like if you just kind of pound receiver next couple rounds, like you end up recovering totally fine most of the time.
Right. Especially on this side of the board where, there's going to be a lot of good receiving options. They can't dry up right here on the 5-6 turn, right through that whole range of picks that we have for our next 2 picks. It's going to be some receivers there. They always are there,
right?
And, so I think it matters on what side of the board. A lot of times, like I won't really do a robust build early, like in the 1, 2, 3 slots. I tend to not do it over there because I really don't like the receivers that are going to come back to you like in the 6th, 7th round per se. I'm not really like feeling those dudes, but the 5-6 turn is pretty loaded still.
I feel like the 3 slot is the one where I'm most likely to go with like a 0 RB or something. Because you get Chase, and then it's like Nico, Bowers, London. It's like all receivers until it gets to like Jeremiah Love and Brees. It's like, so you either take one of them or you're going like 0 RB basically for your first 3.
Okay, so which one of these receivers we like? Rome, Parker.
I'd be Rome or Tate over Parker personally. I think
let's go with
either one's fine. I flip flop. All right.
We're gonna take a rookie as our first receiver.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna pound out the volume though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like Tate, he has that chance to really be the true number one on his team. I guess Rome does too, but Tate, it kind of feels more locked in, like that's just how it's gonna go, And it's not. Wandale might get more targets than him, but Wandale's targets don't usually amount to too much.
Yeah, I think Tate, man, is gonna be one of those dudes that can elevate from what he did in college. He can take that to another level because he's so polished, man. These Ohio State dudes, they were getting that great coaching, man, where they come into the NFL ready to go from day one, right? They don't need a lot of like coaching up on how to like release from the line and all that kind of stuff, route running. These dudes come in ready to go, man.
Yeah, and he's from one of the most professional schools.
BTJ or Dunze?
I'd probably be Rome, but do you have a preference to anyone else?
No, I don't have much Rome. Let's go ahead. I need to add some more, so let's do it.
All right, yeah. I generally pick him over the Jaguars guys just because, like, I feel like even though the Bears room is also kind of crowded, it still is cleaner than the Jaguars room probably.
Yeah.
And I like both offenses, so I tend to lean towards Rome over those guys, but I can see the argument for the Jags guy if you feel like one of them could kind of be the breakout or something. Their upside might be a little higher.
Yeah, the thing about that Chicago room, they don't have a Travis Hunter looming over their shoulder. Right. A guy who's probably more talented than all those dudes is Travis Hunter, but he might not play a lot, but you just never know, right? They might get in some situations where they're like, hey man, what if they going through like a 2-3 game losing streak or something? They like, we need something, add something, a little juice, and then they start playing Travis Hunter a lot because of that or something. So the fact that this dude's shadow is kind of lurking over everybody is that big elephant in the room, right? And the Bears obviously aren't facing nothing like that. So like I said, it's a lot cleaner situation for a guy like Rome. And I like the Jags though. Don't get me wrong, I'm all over the Jags this year, but I like Chicago too. So
yeah, and I mean Jags are a great team and like definitely feels good buying into them. It's just there's so many pieces. Yeah, there's because I think there's also the chance that they kind of all cannibalize each other, and then it's like just certain weeks, like it's like, okay, well this was Parker Washington week, this was BTJ week, and you kind of got to hope you pick the right one for the playoff weeks that matter or whatever you need for those weeks, right? But like it could be at the end of the year, oh okay, they were both okay picks, but one of them really spiked the weeks 15 16, one really spiked early. You wanted the late guy, You
don't even know which one it is, right?
Right.
So I agree because the fact that they can all eat from each other, and then they got even Jacoby Myers, right? Who's a valuable chain mover kind of a dude that can get, any given game, he can get 9-10 targets, right? So there are a lot of moving parts over there. And so that is the one drawback.
When Jacoby, after they traded for him, he had 95% route participation and they paid him right during the year. So he actually had the highest routes of any of them once he got on the team. So yeah, it's like, it's just, so many guys there. Lemon. I mean, DK. Yeah, actually DK. Yeah, DK over the rookie. Yeah, with this team.
Got a rookie too. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, DK makes sense here.
I just saw the faller on Lemon, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, shit, I
wasn't
expecting DK to be here either.
Yeah, they gave us some. They gave us some good options. That worked out. Brooks. And I mean,
this team is working out fine with that start we got.
So with Pierce, I noticed you still got Pierce ranked ahead of ADP. How are you? Are you not too concerned about the injury? How are you feeling about him with all that? 'Cause I like Pierce a lot. I'm just getting scared.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really moved him yet because I'm waiting on to get a little bit more news, but I'm not clicking them as much as I was clicking them before. So I got pretty decent bags already. So, but the lack of news is definitely kind of like,
Dude, we want one of those guys, or we want like Godwin? I'd be fine with.
I was thinking the same thing, Godwin.
He fits the build better, like structurally.
Mm-hmm. Reliable dude, high floor, bounce back candidate. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely like Godwin there.
I like Godwin a lot where he goes to. I think he's definitely like a bit, I think he might even be the favorite to lead the Bucks in like receptions. Maybe not the favorite, it's probably a Mecca, but I think there's a very real possibility he leads them in like targets or receptions.
Definitely, I agree with that. Yeah, because just being a veteran with that chemistry already built in, and then now, Evans out the door. Yeah, a guy like Godwin is definitely going to be a reliable safety valve for Baker there. And I like Ibuka too, though. I like some Ibuka this year too. I think he could have one of those, not quite JSN level, but he could kind of break out in that kind of mold where he's becomes like the number one dude on his team. I could see that possibly happening too.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, he's kind of set up in that role where like, yeah, Ibuka's a weird one to me. It feels like the price, especially now that he's in the third, is like a little steep where it's like we're already kind of giving him that locked in, like he's going to be kind of a breakout guy. Like we're already kind of pricing in the breakout some,
Right.
but it makes sense. Like it feels logical that he's a big breakout candidate. I guess it feels more like he should be like kind of around like the Luther Burdens of the world and stuff rather than like Zay Flowers, at least to me, who's like Zay's already kind of shown more, like Olave's already shown more, where like Emeka has shown it early in the year, but then he kind of fell off. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like he's more a bet like Garrett, Bird, and Tet McMillan than he is like Olave, Zay, like Devonta.
Oh, yeah. Damn, I wanted to see the decision. You can rewind, man. You can rewind it or watch afterwards.
No, because Tet went before. He was talking Tet Garrett.
Oh, see our decision. Yeah. Well, you know where we was gonna go.
Yeah.
It's Khalif Raymond draft. I'm not clicking them. Are you clicking them?
I have not clicked them yet this year.
Yeah. DK week 17 with Tate. Yeah, that's true, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Built-in correlation. I wasn't even thinking about it actually, but yeah. But yeah, Khalif Raymond. I've seen some people clicking them. Are we on the clock?
Oh, we're up.
Yeah. Who you like here?
Monaghan on the Faller is not bad if we want a fourth running back. I don't know.
How about Pitts though?
Fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Let's see if we got it in. I don't know if we got it in, but
and then I think we want to go to receiver again probably after that, or do we want a second quarterback here? No, probably not. Probably receiver.
Quarterback. Yeah, we got Josh, man.
Yeah.
When I get Josh, I don't even look for a quarterback until about the 15th round.
Well, we have a lot of options late. Yeah, we have a lot of good stack options. So yeah, we definitely don't need to look at that. I'd probably be looking at receiver, I think, again.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's see. Hey, we got a few options receiver we can go with.
I mean, do we want the Tennessee double or do we want something different?
I think I want to hit for a little bit more upside. That might.
All right. I think Romeo is a good click. Jacoby's a good click. KC. Any of those guys feel pretty good to me. Jaden Higgins. All right, fair enough.
Like KCC here. Go for the
all right, yeah.
run.
I think if we're going for the biggest upside swing, that's the guy. He's the guy who could be number one on his team. None of these other guys probably can do that.
He can deliver those kind of spike weeks. Guy that can take balls to the house, So I think in this build, we got a lot of consistent dudes, and then we get this one dude here who could just be one of those special dudes, right? I don't think we fully know how good this dude is. I looked at there was this video, he had an off-season training video with some other pros and stuff. I was like, man, I was impressed how this dude was running routes and, he seemed pretty advanced. The perception is maybe this dude is not that polished or something, but this dude runs some great routes, man. He can get over in a hurry. And
Yeah.
so as long
Yeah,
as
and
he
that
can
like
catch the
short
ball
area
consistently,
quickness and burst, like,
yeah,
he really has that.
he
Yeah.
got all that. Because I was like I did a little mock, I think, before the draft. I was expecting him to go to the Rams. I thought they
Yeah.
might pick him at 13. I was like, man, they probably could use a dude like this. He would have fit perfectly with them. With the receivers they got, he could return in the return game and play in a slot, do some little manufactured touches. I thought that would have been a great pick. But then they took the quarterback. I was kind of, how's the quarterback helping you right now? This dude would have helped him right now.
Yeah, the Rams moves were a little confusing this year. Like make trades, get a veteran Myles Garrett, bring back Donald. You're going all in to win it, but then you draft a quarterback for the future.
Quarterback.
Like what?
They got a tight end too. Didn't they get another tight end in the draft? Like second round.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can't remember his name. He was a blocker
Max
apparently,
Clare.
but
Max
Clare.
Yeah, they got him too. I was like, damn, you already got 3 pretty good tight ends with Ferguson's upside, dude. Then you got another tight end. Yeah, those draft picks were a little weird, to say the least.
Yeah,
but they still probably damn near favorite to win everything.
Oh, they must be with that defense. Yeah, they got to be the favorite. I mean, it is a tough division. I mean, right, but they got to be the favorite overall. And that division might put out 3 playoff teams.
Yeah, quite possibly, just like they did last year. But then the NFC East might bounce back this year with Washington, and the Giants might have a little push. Cowboys should be a lot better. So
yeah,
when they play,
the Eagles are going to be
those divisions square off.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't. Yeah, that'll be kind of interesting.
Because the NFC West, they play the AFC West and the NFC East. So the Rams, Seattle, they both got tough schedules. Because you play 2 pretty strong divisions. So I think a lot of people were saying that the Rams might be just blowing everybody out. But I'm like, man, they play the AFC West, NFC East. They're not blowing everybody out. All right, who we got here?
Stack. I mean, either tight end, either Kincaid or Shakir, right? We got to stack it up. Probably Kincaid for me.
Yeah, let's go Kincaid. I think
who's our first tight end?
Pitts.
All right. We could maybe stop at 2. I guess we'll figure it out later, though.
Yeah, figure it out. See how the build goes. But yeah, I like those 2.
And then Shakir goes. I'm not very into Shakir. I'm kind of a Shakir hater, to be honest. So I'm a little happy to see him go.
Man. I kind of concur. When it comes down to Kincaid, Shakir, I'm picking Kincaid like 99% of the time. And and then when somebody takes Shakir, I'm like, I'm okay. Because I mean, he's a good real life player, I'm sure. He fits their team, he gets the first downs when they need him, stuff like that. But for the fantasy purposes, it doesn't move the needle too much for me. And so I'm okay not having him even with Josh Stacks.
Well, I think he's a worse in best ball pick where it's just he's consistent, but he doesn't spike. It's like that's the worst thing for best ball.
Who do you like here?
I mean, do you like Scribbling or Cooper? Probably a receiver. Favorite receiver, maybe. Tucker? I'd be Tucker over Naylor, but Naylor's also fine.
Okay, let's see. We'll go Tucker. I think he gave it to us.
Yeah, I think the running backs there, like we could have went like Chris Rodriguez, but I don't know. I don't know if. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the running back we can wait because it's not like any big difference between the next picks we get in these dudes. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, and like Chris Rodriguez too, he just feels like to me, like he definitely can pay off his price or beat his price pretty significantly if they do split it more than kind of I think me or you are thinking as like kind of more Tootin believers. But he's still not going to be like a massive win, right? Unless Tootin gets hurt or something, because he can't be a pass catcher. He's like a limited player. He could beat his ADP, but he's not going to be a gigantic win, I don't think. So with such strong top guys, what's the point of picking a C-Rod or something?
Yeah, I agree totally. Like, I want a dude who, like with this room we already got, give me a dude who can just come in and be a league winner possibly, right? to where he's
Right.
making our flex, quite a bit. And otherwise, he might even give us a 0. And we still could be okay if they give us a 0, but they got that potential to kind of just knock it out the park if things fall their way. And yeah, I don't think he kind of fits that bill.
I mean, even this is a Dalmatian. You can go even thinner. You can just stop at like 3 RB. Or no, I guess we can't. We have the bye weeks.
We got the bye. Yeah, we got to clear that bye here. But
yeah, so maybe go a little more normal.
Maybe. Yeah. But our quarterback room is probably giving us the luxury to not have to get 3 possibly, and a tight end. So we can either load up on receiver, or load up on.
I guess
end, possibly maybe do 4 tight ends if they fall right.
Can we see quarterback quick actually? Because this might be the spot to get Ward, unless he went.
No, Ward already went.
Oh damn!
Yeah, he went early. He went right after I think our last pick. I think he went right after that. Oh yeah, he went before. He went on the corner.
Oh, before Tucker.
Yeah, he went even before Tucker. Boston.
Who do we? Oh, I guess we can just wait and get Rodgers, huh?
Rodgers. Yeah, we can probably get Rodgers.
Because we have
Rodgers,
DK.
Atlanta guys. Yeah, we got options.
All right, so we can probably still push it a turn, or I guess this first pick we can kind of do whatever we want. I mean, do we want? I wouldn't mind the Omar Cooper at this point if he falls to us.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of an upside swing. There was a running back you had up there I think would be decent. Oh, like we could pick like Coleman as a big swing too, I think. Yeah. If we wanted to get back in at running back. We don't have to though. And he might come back. He's a little bit lower in the ADP.
Let's look at these guys here. They got 4 backs each.
We could go Charbonnet too. I mean, he could be that late season kind of winner. Such a strong top guys.
Yeah, let's get Charbonnet here.
I think this is a build he fits perfect on.
Right, because we don't need him until maybe later in the season, and then hopefully, later in the season he's, maybe running full strength. Yeah, that's a good pick on this kind of a build for sure, because we don't need him right out the gate.
Yeah, no, that I think that fits this build great. And then we could even go Coleman still and be done with 5. With those 5 probably, or we could get like one of the top receivers probably.
Yeah, and then just tack on maybe 1 back late, another guy who can fit this kind of build.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Coleman goes. Which receivers? I mean, are you Cooper here, or do you like someone else more?
I'm not.
We could do Naylor and double up.
I'm not averse to Cooper either. I think he could have a role over there in that Jets team, and we already got Brees too, so we could be making a little Jets bet.
We could also go Naylor because we have Tucker.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's go Cooper. Yeah, let's go Cooper. So we got 3 rooks. That's probably my maximum on rookie receivers. But
oh yeah, we got 3. But so all first rounders. All first rounders.
Yeah, that's true. And they say Cooper's probably got the third receiver role locked up. Playing a lot in the slot too, so he can do some damage.
I'm not. You're an AD Mitchell guy, right? You're into AD Mitchell.
Oh yeah, I like Mitchell.
Yeah. See, I think Cooper could overtake him. I think.
Oh, he could.
I don't know. I mean, Mitchell's so weird because he can separate. He can win downfield. It's just he can't track a ball in the air to save his life. But maybe the Adderall. He's on the Adderall prescription now. I heard that. So maybe he'll be able to. Yeah. He got suspended when he was on the Colts. He got suspended because he didn't get his medication cleared, and then it's cleared now. So he has his ADD medication cleared. But it legit might be something.
Yeah, because I'm surrounded with people who have ADD, man. I know how that operates, and trust me, when they medicine gives you a lot better focus. It really does. So that could be a big difference in this guy's game. Now that you told me that, I didn't even know that. I'm gonna take him even more that he's on his medication now, man. Yeah, I'm rolling with some AD Mitchell, man.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, there's like
real, man.
there's plays with him. It's like a deep ball. You see it on the Colts, and it's like he's just like looking at something else. He's distracted. It looks like he's not tracking the ball. Maybe like, but he's open. He's 5 yards from the defender, but he's not tracking the ball. Maybe if he's got that medication, he can focus up a little. Like, cause he can win like an elite receiver, damn near. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm buying that, man. I am buying that. That can make a big difference for this guy, for sure, man. I knew they was gonna take Lloyd. I knew it. That's kind of the last. He's just far. He's going up too high now, man. I got my bags packed.
I got some Lloyd bags too.
200.
Yeah,
I got him in an 18th round, 17th round. I got so much Lloyd at those prices. I'm not mad that people snipe him this early. So
it was like ever since Jacobs like had that trouble, I think I've been clicking Lloyd ever since. So it's like I got some bags too, and then he's just been healthy the whole way. So it's like that's all we've been waiting for, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Schultz. I don't know if we need him or if we want to go. What are you feeling here?
I want to make this Jets bet. Let's see if Gino.
All right, and then we get Gino on the way back.
Is Gino or Gino's still available?
Gino and Rodgers are still there, so
we get one of them. But yeah, we got the Jets bet. We're Jets +3 if we get it.
Mm-hmm. And then with Rodgers, we have the week 17 though, because we have Tennessee, we have Tate and Metcalf. Oh, he goes okay. Hopefully. So if we get Gino here, we probably just lock him up.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Gino or Fernando Mendoza, is he available? One of them.
No, he went.
He already went too.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how it works out. This guy's got 2 quarterbacks, and this guy's got 3. Let's see.
He should take. I mean, the paint guy should take Schultz. It'd be crazy not to when he doesn't have a tight end yet.
Oh, he still don't have a tight end, huh? In the 16th round.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Living dangerous.
That's like a slam dunk to me.
Yeah, that value, huh? What is 15
with
picks past ADP?
Oh, we'll see.
Timed out. Oh, he took a tight end though.
Oh, because he did Rodgers, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we'll make Gino our little last quarterback, and he fits our Jets bet.
Yeah.
Breece Hall, Cooper, and AD Mitchell. Yeah, I like that correlation there of the Jets. And then we got any Minnesota? No?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, that's
no
fine.
big deal.
You know, I like that. And it's not like we overspent too much. You know, I mean, Breece obviously is kind of an expensive play, but the other Jets pieces we got super cheap to get like big correlation.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we got their, you know, pieces that are going to be on the field every week. It's like, you know, you spend super late picks just because they're an undervalued offense, and we're kind of betting they're going to beat expectations a little.
Yeah.
And if they beat expectations at all, then I mean, in my opinion, like if they beat expectations at all, then Breece is a great pick too, because if he can get like 8 rushing touchdowns, it's over. He should have been like a 1-2 turn even if he gets 8 rushing touchdowns. Dude, I don't know.
They're going to be in position, man. They're going to move the ball. They just got to execute in the red zone, but they'll be in position to score some touchdowns. And the line should be improving. They got a lot of young dudes on that line, so if they're getting coached up, they should have some beasts, you know, ready to emerge out of that offensive line. They spent a lot of draft capital over the last few years on that old line, so I'm expecting that whole line to be better.
Yeah.
And the Jets might exceed expectations, man. I think they might even win a few more games than people think.
Yeah. Well, I think it's possible. I think Aaron Glenn is a terrible coach, though, and I think their defense is going to be so bad. Like, I think for the offense, for fantasy, like, I kind of agree with you, but I think their defense is going to be atrocious.
Well, he is a pretty good defensive guy, though. He knows his defense. and
Yeah.
especially DBs. He can coach DBs up really well since he was a corner himself. And so
Yeah.
I don't know what their talent level looks like as far as on the back end, but that guy, that pass rusher, ain't no joke though. The one they took second.
Oh, Arvel Reese.
Now they didn't
That
get
who they-
Reese. They got
Or
Bailey.
Bailey. Bailey. That's right.
He can get to the quarterback. He can get to the quarterback. So they might, they might be able to make some noise a little bit on defense. But I mean, they're not as good as they used to be, obviously.
Yeah, maybe. I will say I'm a Lions fan, so I'm an Aaron Glenn hater. I think he was, because he was the Lions DC before Jets head coach.
Right.
And I thought he was like super overrated when he left the Lions.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was never very impressed. I mean, so a lot of it's as a Lions fan, not being a huge fan of him, but I don't know. It's not like he's the worst. He's not the worst. I was hating a little bit. I also don't really like his attitude in the press conferences. That's part of it too. But he might be a little bit better coach.
He does kind of have a little shitty attitude sometimes. Well,
Yeah.
Kalen Black is definitely one of the dudes I liked here, but they got Nick.
He went?
Still. Yeah, he just went.
Singleton's fine. I mean, Claiborne, if we wanted a Minnesota piece, I guess.
Yeah, let's just go Singleton.
Yeah, Singleton's fine. And then what do we want after that? Tight end?
Either tight end. I already got 8 receivers. I don't think we need a 9th.
Yeah, probably not. I mean,
Yeah, we go tight
get
end
it.
or running back. Looks like.
yeah. Who's at the top for tight end?
Let me find out. Guy McGowan though. McGowan maybe. Tight end we got.
Sicky, Ingram, Stowers.
Not too
I
many
mean-
inspiring names, but
No, not really.
kind of like Mayer though.
I kind of like Mayer. I think that'd be all right. I mean, I'd be like Michael Mayer, like Eric All or something, but McGowan's fine as well if we want to go running back. I think McGowan's fine too.
Okay, let's go Mayer.
Your call. All right.
Oh, it gave us McGowan.
Oh, we got McGowan. All right.
I didn't know which one was going to do it. I thought I had Mayer, but yeah, I think we're okay with these 2 tight ends and getting like one of these dudes, Singleton or McGowan. One of them might emerge, right, based on their contingency
Right.
value. And so that's all we need is for one of these dudes to possibly emerge as a late season or all season league winner type.
And we might be getting McGowan where he's still a little bit less owned. Like, I think too, like one thing maybe we didn't mention is like this tournament will be closed today, right? So, or today or tomorrow.
That's true. Right.
McGowan kind of just recently been more named like the RB2. He's barely getting drafted. And some of that season long stuff in a week or two, when people kind of realize that he might be more of a staple in the 18th. So maybe we get a little bit of leverage too. Kind of a minor thing, but not bad.
Hey, those minor little edges, there's the edges that turn into winning edges, right? So I'm all good with taking a couple shots on dudes like this late. Like I said, if the guys who get in, I want them to be able to do something when you get in. Don't just get in and be on the field. Make a difference when you get out there. And so guys like this, good team, the league back go down. Hey, you got a league winner right there. That's a league winner recipe. So I think we did a pretty good job on this one. All right, so I think we're just going. Who's in the league here with us?
I don't think anyone got in this one, right? Because they like snap filled.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, so we'll just go ahead and review ours, man. So I'm gonna give you the I'll give you the courtesy of reviewing this team for us, and then we'll go ahead and get on out of here after this.
All right.
So go ahead and review.
We went with
check out.
All right. We went with the 2682. So we got Josh Allen, Geno. Pretty much any quarterback with Josh Allen, you're chilling for the most part. And we did big jet stack with that as well. So that feels pretty good there. Big correlated bets. And then at running back, we went Genty, Walker, Breece Hall, Seth McGowan, Nick Singleton. Who's our fourth? Charbonnet. Genty, Walker, Breece Hall, Charbonnet, Singleton, McGowan. I think that feels good. Spend tons of capital. 3 super strong guys early. then just take some huge upside swings late, some rookies, and then obviously Charbonnet come back later in the year, maybe kind of that hammer down the stretch. I think that running back room feels totally solid to me, like top end. And then we went Tate, Romo Dunze, DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin, KC Conception, Trey Tucker, Omar Cooper, and AD Mitchell. And I think that feels good. I think we like really pounded in that mid range. You know, you look, we got 4 by Godwin, 5 by Conception, even though we started 3 straight running backs and Josh Allen. We really hammered it out, stuck to it, didn't get off track. And I think it paid off where our receiver room doesn't feel really weak at all. And we waited a while to even start it. And, you know, we obviously have some rookies we're betting on, but it feels, good. And a lot of depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pitts Kincaid, I think is a totally reasonable 2 tight end room, you know, might have a little bit, some lower floor weeks, but I think the spikes are going to be there with those guys. And I think they can both have huge spike weeks. And that feels like a pretty good 2 tight end room.
Right. And we already saw Pitts just go nuclear week 15 already. So that's what you're hoping for, is to get to the playoffs with this type of a room. And then you got dudes who can spike at the right time, right? You know, these kind of dudes, you know, we got Kincaid attached to Josh, who can, you know, have that 4 touchdown kind of a game, you know, and Kincaid easily can catch 2 of those, right? You know, so you got to be excited about that, even though it's only 2. But I think that kind of a build, the 2 tight end and the 2 quarterback, is one of my things that I'm looking at a lot this year. The 2-7-7-2, 2-6-8, 2-5-9-2s. Those kind of builds, I like those kind of builds, because you're going thin in the onesies, but you just hoping you're right? You just say, hey, I'm right. This is what's going to happen. And you're getting a lot more depth at the wide receiver and running back positions when you build this type of team. So I like these kinds of builds here. I think we executed pretty good, man. Yep.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's go ahead and catch up on the chat as we will go ahead and wind down here. We're going to catch up on the chat here. Let's see. We got our guy Best Ball on Call is very busy in the chat.
Him and Fantasy Dog.
Oh, Fantasy Dog came through. All right, let me go and catch up with Fantasy Dog. Hey, what's up, Fantasy Dog? 16, like, hey, boo. All right, Sean. Hey, what's going on, my man? How are you doing? Fantasy Dog up in the building. Appreciate you, my guy, for coming on through. I did Dalmatians all night. How many did you get? You know, got about 50 of them in. Are you doing any of the Dalmatian slows? Like, did you just queue up a bunch of slows?
Oh no, I'm trying to avoid slows as much as I can. I don't like them.
Okay.
I do them sometimes to get in volume in some tournaments, but I ain't really about the slow life. I'm not really about the slows.
I think I got about 7 slows in my queue now. I'm not gonna add any more. I'm just hoping these finish real quick, just because I want to get a couple of entries in these little Dalmatians. I'm like 5 in or something. I don't do too many more than just 5 of these $1 just to throw a few darts. Like I said, I'm shooting for first place on all of them, so it's pretty risky strategy I'm going to employ on a lot of them. And so I just did a few of those just to get them in. But I don't really focus too much on these little $1 contests. But knock yourself out, man, if you really want to do it. All the guys that are doing it. And Fantasy Dog, that was more messed up than the Penix pick. I'm not sure what he's referring to, but not sure. That's who?
Fantasy Dog, Extend the Drive is his YouTube channel, but Fantasy Dog got it mixed up who Best Ball on Call was. He thought he was someone else. That was what it was.
Oh, okay. Shakir's eliminator ass pick. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say that's Max. He's a floor guy, right? You want higher floor and eliminator. It's all about floor. Because you can't have a low week. Low week kills you, right? So you always need to have that floor.
Yeah, I guess at the right price, I would take him in an eliminator. But where's he going? Is his price in eliminator the same as it is on
It's roughly the same.
I don't think I can take him over guys like Shaheed, even in an eliminator. I don't think I would do that. But maybe over certain dudes. But there's other dudes who I like I think the floors are a little underrated. The Cokers, the Shaheeds, I think those dudes have pretty good floors this year.
It's also an eliminator since the running backs are moved up and kind of the quarterbacks get moved up a little. You end up having kind of thinner receiver rooms by that point. So I think sometimes he fits those builds a little bit better where you feel like really thin. You're like, let me get a floor guy to not like get 0 balls or lower weeks or whatever.
Yeah. But that's a congested room over there. This year might not be as favorable to a guy like Shakir as it has been in the past. They added quite a bit of receivers to that room now, you know?
That's a fair point.
I just like to string artist squad. Are you Anthony? Best ball on call. So they still talk to each other. Okay.
Best ball on call is Anthony.
Appreciate you subscribing. I got Fantasy Dog. And he said, yep. Fantasy Dog, yeah. All right, you asking too many questions, Fantasy Dog. I'm about to. You're an operative, man. You're working for the feds up in here, man. Don't be asking no questions about people's names, man. I'm
All about the government.
Yeah, man. I'm coming in here asking me to show you my green cards and all that kind of stuff, man. Oh my good guy. All right. Let's see what else we got. Fantasy Dog. I take a lot of C-Rod playoff schedule. Touchdown guy. Just saying. Yeah. He's one of those dudes that probably can score some touchdowns. And also he has some contingency value in case what's his name goes down. So C-Rod is not a bad click. But if everything kind of just stays normal, I think like we were talking about, I think his upside is a little capped in that he won't get any hardly passing work, and he's not gonna make a lot of big plays. So I think he's kind of cap ceiling, you know.
I would say the one thing that makes me a little more willing to take C-Rod is I think right after him the tier really falls off at running back, where you're getting like full on like backup guys who have like almost no hope of like meaningfully splitting. I think it's like pretty quick after him that it gets to that tier. So I think he's fine to pick, but I agree with you. Kind of like cap upside stuff. Yeah.
Got a tight end if you ain't got one. Team looks good. Get a tight end if you ain't got one. Team looks good. All right. Yep. Best ball call. What's Moolah got in the Jersey game? KG, Chuck, Woodson, AI, Barry. Oh yeah. And I haven't broken out my Julius Irving, in case you're familiar with him, because I'm a hoops guy, actually. Hoops is my first sport, my passion. I played hoops, and so hoops is my first love of sports. But I love watching football and the fantasy game and all that. But if I have my choice, I would be a hooper, man. I would just watch hoops more often than not. But
do you get into the like fantasy basketball stuff like that, like dailies or season long for that?
I played a daily. That was my first nice little score. Was in the daily on Underdog and hoops. Was the hoops? Nice. Yeah, I hit a nice little thing on hoops. Came in like second place in one of the dailies a few years ago. And I
hit first on a WNBA slate once.
WNBA. Now I don't go that deep.
I got real into the WNBA last year, and I had a couple decent finishes, but I got one first place. I was in the streets. I had WNBA league pass. I was watching the games. I was following the stats. There's just such an edge. Like no one watches it. Like hoops. It's like everyone watches the NBA. You're drafting against 50 other people who know way more than I do. It's like not a major fan, but WNBA, no one's watching it. They're just looking at projections. Like sometimes you could get an edge by kind of knowing like, oh, this girl's out. Like the girl on the bench who's gonna play, she's like undrafted. Like I'm gonna hammer her, and then yeah, like I don't know, it just a lot less info and stuff out on it. So it was like I got kind of an edge in that. I haven't been doing it this year though. It was a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, I remember I won two basketball jerseys at a little amusement park, Six Flags amusement park years ago. It was an Iverson and a Grant Hill jersey, and so you had to hit like the 3-pointer from distance, And so I just, I got the stroke, man. So hit the 2 buckets, got a jersey for each one. And so that was like, and I still got those jerseys to this day. And that was probably 35 years ago. I still got both of those jerseys, the AI and the Grant Hill I gave to my then girlfriend. She got it. So, but I still got that AI jersey to this day. So AI is one of those dudes, man, where he was one of the beasts in the game was AI, man. So these cats nowadays, they don't have the swag or the kind of cachet as an AI, man.
Like the craziest like ball handling skills, right? Arguably, like
he was the one that did popularized the crossover. He was the first one to really not the first one, but he popularized because Tim Hardaway would have the killer crossover, but Iverson had that crossover where he just loads you to sleep and just pop. And then he just came with that he crossed over Jordan. They always show that highlight of him crossing over Jordan and then hitting his jumper. And so that people wasn't really doing that until Iverson started really introducing that with the cornrows, the tats. Iverson changed the whole landscape. Nobody had tattoos, man, back in those days. Nobody had tattooed bodies back in the 80s. Nobody really did that. And then so when he came into the NBA, he had all these tats, the braids, and people just like, what? And then everybody started adapting to it. So AI is a game changer, man, socially and on the court. So hats off to AI, man. He's a revolutionary kind of dude, man.
Yeah.
158 blue. He went 158? Wow.
That's crazy.
Man, the hype on this guy is going through the roof. Yeah, just wait till he get into a preseason game and do something. They really don't. They probably bump him up to the 11th round.
That's what happened last year. He was free and then he just
ball toward the goal line. AD Mitchell. Yeah, he's probably done something dumb like that.
Oh, you don't remember? Oh, the Colts game. He caught it was a huge catch, like a 50, 60-yard catch. And he was running into the end zone, arms out, and he drops the ball. He just dropped it out of his hand. And then they reviewed it, overturned it, and it was other team's ball. That was I think part of the reason maybe he got traded, actually.
Yeah, that's probably before he was on the medicine too.
Yeah.
I'm buying into the medicine thing, man. I'm glad you told me that. Because I think the way he's played all off season, they give this guy rave reviews right now. I think he's been pretty impressive, they said, in the camp and in an off season program. So this could be the year of AD, man. Don't discount it. This guy got a lot of talent. He just hasn't put it together.
Yeah, that's fact. Yeah.
Yeah. And so got Kincaid out of there, and that's a team I draft a lot. Yeah, Kincaid, I'm starting to buy into it a little bit myself. I got Kincaid, and I might get a couple solos, one-offs with him, because I normally get them with just these Josh Allen stacks, but we got them on 2 of our teams we drafted here today. So we're to watch the quarterback get clicked and the stack not light up. Oh, the best ball overlay? Nah, we tool free over here, man. I'm just one of those dudes that just go off the brain. And if you need the tools, peace out to you. Good luck with that. But I don't use tools. I think the overlay is something that's probably valuable in that, you get your combinations and all that kind of stuff. But I don't want nothing telling me who to draft, though. I never use them tools.
I'm with you. I don't like the sim ones, but I do like the combos, especially like BB, like certain contests. Like when I'm going to do like 100 BBMs or 75 BBMs, it's nice to be like, well, like, okay, I have 30% of my Kenneth Walkers with Jonathan Taylor. It's like, well, okay, maybe I should vary it a little, even if I like them both, because I don't want it to be if one gets hurt, all those teams are dead for the other guy or something. But
and there's a couple of people out here with a free one of those, huh? With a free tool that does that, aren't there?
With a free tool?
Free overlay kind of tool?
Yeah. There's actually one really cool one. You can check out your portfolio stuff on their website too. It's called fantasy.vip. And that's completely free. They don't charge nothing, but you can upload your CSVs and stuff, and it'll show you tons of data, all your CLV, all your you can see you can type in a guy's name and you can see when you picked them, what the dates were and how high or low you picked them, and then it'll show the line of their ADP over time, so you can see kind of where you're getting the good values or when were you picking them, when were you not. maybe you like weren't picking a guy in like June and it'll be kind of like empty in the middle, but it's like, oh, you're picking them early and then later. It's just,
Okay,
you
so
know,
what's that again? Fantasy.vip or fantasy VIP?
fantasy.vip.
Fantasy.vip, and it's absolutely free.
Yep, fully free. And then if you go to on the site, it's like on the site, where would you go? NFL. Oh yeah, NFL, and then it shows like best ball portfolio tracker.
Oh, okay.
And then you upload your CSV from Underdog.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out then. Yeah, fantasy.vip. I'll check that out. See how that analyzes my portfolio. It's something that's gonna be of some use.
That dude's on Twitter. He's been putting out tools for like a couple of years. Like he just puts out tons of stuff and it's always all free. He's never charged for anything. He just, I don't know. He just likes making stuff and putting it out, I guess.
Is he acquiring our data for the federals? Is he a federal agent?
It could be, but it could be the case, but it could be the case. I don't know. I don't
working for Doge. He's working for Doge, man.
It could be.
Nah, I'll check it out though. Yeah, Fantasy VIP. Just upload the CSV, huh?
Yeah. There's a lot of cool different. You can see the little combo stuff or your faded combos. Like, oh, you pick a bunch of Geno, but you never pair them with whoever or whatever. Like you can see that stuff too. It's pretty cool little site. Lots of stuff to look at. If you're, some people get more into it, some people get less into that stuff. But you know,
yeah, I'll check it
definitely
out. See what it offers.
Yeah.
So you got Fantasy Dog, K9, Charb, or Doomsday Kincaid. The rest of your players, I take a lot. Yeah.
He's saying he doesn't take those four guys.
These guys, but the rest of them he does. Yeah. I'm with you. I don't take these guys a lot either, but I think this combination is pretty good to have. This kind of a build. I think the combo works well for how we built it.
That's the idea of the guest. You diversify it a little, right? You get a build that's mostly guys you like, and then a little bit different.
That's why I like building with you, because you're gonna have a little different perspective than me, and so you can't all have the same thought process throughout your whole portfolio, right? I mean, I'm a guy that varies it up. Trust me, I vary my approaches, I vary my builds, I vary my strategies, but the players that you're introducing into my portfolio is a lot different angle too, so I appreciate that, and I think it's a good synergy, man. We're about to ship something, man, and take this money, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like 20 no slows. Yeah, I don't. He did 20 of those drafts last night, all fast drafts. That's a lot of drafting, man. I hope you did a multi-table, because 20 by themselves would be hell a long time. That's like 15 hours straight to draft it or something.
I think Fantasy Dog is probably marathoning it. Fantasy Dog has said many times they do not multi-table. It is it stresses them out too much. So yeah. He was probably, and he said yesterday, I saw him in a few different chats. He said he was marathoning Dalmatians. So all day.
Yeah, you put in a 15-hour day then, man. If you did one after another, that's a lot of driving. Kudos to you, man. Get some sleep tonight, man. Because you don't want to be stuck to that screen that long, man, without a break. But good luck to you on that one, and with that contest as well. All right, what's it say? Slows are annoying. Yeah, I'm annoying. Nah, you're all right with us, man. We just going through the rest of these chats, and we're about to sign on out. You all right? Okay. The Rams drafting quarterback plus tight end was stupider than the Penix pick. Well, Rams quarterback plus tight end. Who did he get?
No. He's saying the Rams taking in real life. Oh, the Rams taking that was worse than the Falcons taking Penix.
Oh, the Falcons drafting Penix then. I think the owner was kind of perplexed. Do you remember that clip of the owner that they had to explain to him? Because he was like, what?
Yeah, that was weird.
He's like, I just paid this guy Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed, and you got me drafting another quarterback. What the fuck are y'all doing? He wanted some answers.
Was it in the stories like they fell in love with Penix through the process or something? It's like It's like, what were you scouting the whole year? He's been playing. Penix was in college for 6 years. You never saw him. Like,
never saw him. He's like, just the process. We just met this guy Penix, and he's just blew our socks off. Well, damn! Don't you think you should have maybe introduced yourself to the quarterbacks before this last minute stuff? Before you went and gave a guy $100 million?
Yeah.
And then now it didn't work. Somebody got to go. Did the GM ever get fired?
I mean, they must have cleaned house, right?
Yeah,
because they fired the coach.
Yeah, but I'm saying the GM got to go too. It's like, hey man, we spent $100 on Cousins. Penix is here. He's not looking too good. So none of this worked. And now you expect to still have a job? Nah, you got to go.
The GM's first year GM.
Okay,
so they got rid of him.
Yeah, you can't keep a job after doing something like that, man. So, hey, man, it was great here. We're going to go ahead and sign out right here, man. And appreciate you coming on over, man. Anytime. I think we can hook up. I'll be glad to invite you back, before the season ends probably. Do you do anything in season?
I didn't do very much last year. I'm thinking about doing like maybe once or twice a week, just some battle royale streams, something like that. But I'm not committed to anything yet. But I might try to do a little bit more this year, I think. Well, I'm doing a creator league, I guess. So I'm doing some content for that. But
you're in that league that they're talking about? I've heard a little bit about it. Who's running that league? Is it somebody who's like a commish?
It's this dude. Basically, he has like a gaming channel on YouTube that's decently big, but like he kind of was reaching out to people and just seeing like if he could get enough people to join the league and all that, because he wanted to make like basically his own version of that flock league or BDG league type thing. Like he really was trying for a while to get into those, and I think he wanted to kind of make his own. And he was just hitting a lot of people up trying to get us into it. His gaming channel is decently big, but he's not a fancy content creator at all. I think he's like just kind of getting into this space.
So there's gonna be like a draft, like on stream and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a redraft. So it's basically like we're gonna film like little like confessionals or stuff, like like the initial stuff, like, oh, who are you? Where are you? Like hoping to draft? Who are you worried about in the league now? Worried about type stuff. And then it's like he'll edit everyone's clips and make a video out of it. Then we'll do like the draft live, and then like weekly, like if I'm playing YUUNGMOOLAHH, I might be like talking some trash or saying whatever. If people make a trade, and it's like we'll just send in like little clips, and then he's gonna do like all the editing, all the videos. So I figured it's like it'll work out pretty good. If I don't gotta do no editing or nothing, it's just sending a couple minutes worth of videos every week. It's like it'll be pretty chill, and it should be a good time.
So
for my own time.
Y'all got something on the line on this, or it's just for free or whatever, for fun or whatever?
I think we're doing just like a $50 entry or something. So I think it's like $700 or whatever. So just like a normal league, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because I'm gonna be doing DFS content and the daily stuff too, and so I'll be pretty busy once season start too. And but yeah,
so are you gonna
man?
Are you gonna do more like? Are you more like a DraftKings guy or like a BR guy? Or are you gonna kind of mix it up?
I play a lot on DraftKings, but I'm also gonna mix in the BRs too because I play the BRs. I'm not a super volume dude. I think I'm the kind of player that I take a certain approach to where I can get there without the volume, and I don't, frankly, I'm not gonna have the bankroll to be doing 150 and all these max entries anyway too. So I'll do contests on both sites, Battle Royals and the DraftKings, but it's mostly DraftKings centered. But then I'll add, just a little Battle Royal interest in there too, because I do those all week too. Because once Battle Royals come out from Monday to Friday, I got a specific strategy on how to attack those. As you start the contest and as you end the contest toward the end of the week. So I'll add both of those in there, but it's mostly DraftKings stuff though.
That's probably good to mix it up because like there's a ton of overlap in the audiences, but they both kind of also pull in like a little different
A little
audiences or
different.
kind of reach different crowds. It's
Right,
like that
right.
works out pretty good. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. So my guy, yeah, we'll go ahead and say goodbye right here. And once again, appreciate you for coming on in. And if you aren't already tuned into our guy Hartman Fantasy Football, go ahead and tune into Hartman Fantasy Football. I'm going to drop the link here right when you get off here. It'll be in the description. And much peace to you, man. And I hope to see you in these streets. And good luck to us, man. You know, out here. Anything you want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say
No.
as you head out?
No. I mean, hey, thanks for having me on. It was a good time. You know, it was a good time. I think we built some good teams. Always a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you. And I'll see you out here in the streets, man. Thanks for coming by. All right. So we are going to go ahead and sign off right here. GAB Sports. You got YUUNGMOOLAHH here in the factory, the studio here at GAB Sports. And so we did a show where we gave you 3 drafts today. And we also had our guy, Hartman, he gave us the pick for the day, right? The pick for the day. It was our guy, Garrett Wilson, versus our guy. Microphone is running out of power here. Let's see if we can get it plugged up. All right, we just saved the juice. Yeah, he gave us our pick for the day in our knockout brunch. If you want to go ahead and check that out earlier in the stream, and you can go ahead and check that out either on the replay or you can rewind here now. But we want to thank you all for coming on in. Go ahead and smash that like on your way out and check out our schedule here, as we do have our schedule. And we want to go ahead and put that up here real quick, and it also appears in our outro. But we will be coming on tomorrow on our midnight Monday show, where we come in at 11:45 p.m. Eastern, and we will draft a BBM right out the gate. And so these are when we do our BBMs. We only have a few of them left for the rest of the season. And so we're going to go ahead and do that on tomorrow night's show, midnight Mondays, 11:45 p.m. Eastern, 8:45 p.m. Pacific. And Wednesdays, we come at you with Machiavellian thoughts. We're going to come into the mind of Moolah, and we're going to go ahead and touch on a few different topics. It may directly be tied to fantasy football, or it may be indirectly tied to fantasy football, or it may not deal with football at all. But we come with some different angles on topics on what we want to discuss. And we often have drafts on Machiavellian thoughts, but sometimes we will not. This week, we will definitely have a draft on Machiavellian thoughts, but we got a special topic we do want to talk about that day, and I'm not going to go ahead and release that now. You got to stay tuned. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media at GAB for Young. That's GAB, the number 4, YUUNG. And also turn on notifications. And we have Fiesta Fridays on Friday, where we come in and just have a ball. We have a party. We bring food. We have fun. We bring drink. And we have guests normally lined up. And we're trying to get a special guest for this Friday as well. And so hopefully you join us for that on Fiesta Fridays. That's at 6:45 p.m. Eastern, 3:45 p.m. West Coast time. And today we had our knockout brunch. We pit 2 teams against one another, or we pit 2 players at relatively close ADPs. And today's battle was really, really close between Tetairoa McMillan and Garrett Wilson. So that is our schedule of shows that we have for you here. And so we want to thank you once again for coming on in here, as we appreciate you, as we are building this channel from scratch, right? And so we ask that you come on and tell all your buddies, tell all your friends, go ahead and subscribe to your guy, GAB Sports, your guy, YUUNGMOOLAHH, because we are here to do big things, right? We're building this channel from scratch. And what we will do, we're going to provide a lot of different things for you in this fantasy space, right? We do basketball, we do football, we do DFS, best ball, and we're going to add picks as well, right? We're going to have some picks out in these streets. And so we're going to look to collaborate with a lot of different guys out here in this industry as well. So in the process of that, we are building from scratch. So if you want to contribute to this endeavor of us building this channel from scratch, you want to be in on the ground floor, go ahead and contribute. We'll leave our information here. It's in the description as well. Our Zelle is GAB 85-grateful and the number 1. And so we appreciate any and all contributions to this channel as we are continuing to build. And so we want to go ahead and sign off right here, right now. Again, check out the schedule. It is in the outro as we depart. Much peace to all and good luck to everybody out here. All right. Appreciate you for stopping by. Have a good day and be blessed.
I read the board like maps. 3 moves ahead, no cap. You draft on vibes and dreams. I built my league from scratch. My bench got hidden gems. Your roster full of names. I spot the league before it shows, then pour salt on the game. I trade like a casino, flip risk in the gold. You chase last week's fireworks, I chase the box score code. I know the soft matchups, I know who fades in rain. I turn a sleepy Sunday into a money train. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every we got teeth. You bring a hot take, I bring season long receipts. I got the crown, I got the crown. Draft day, I run this town. Stack my wins, cash my clout. Say my name when lights go out.
It's your boy, YUUNGMOOLAHH, man.